We're going live and we are live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to crossing guards and school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to the AC techs, the engineers, the heavy equipment operators. Shout out to payroll attendees. Shout out to strippers on poles, chefs in kitchens, secretaries in offices. Shout out to whatever it is your job description is. Shout out to you. Top of the morning, everyone. S Diva. On days like these, we say no. Let's stay in line. Call me OCD. Extra special big up shout out to the people who wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself. Them people there, them get an extra special shout out. And on days like these, we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Made it through another week, right? We're thankful, we're joyful, we're happy to be here. We made it through another week. And you know, we can't complain. Life is good. All when life is not perfect, life is good. We're here, right? All right. So this morning, I mean, we missed out yesterday, but I normally slide out one of the days them of the week so I can get some things in order. And you know how that goes already. Real life is taking precedence. Plus, for the people who actually really do follow and support, I appreciate you greatly. But I keep on reiterating so everybody understands summertime is here. And SouFLo have a bag of picnic. And daddy duties call. So I have to be doing all those things, which I'm gladly doing. Is just organizing everything so everything goes right, right? I don't know if them have football practice this morning. We were out last night at a 7-on-7 football tournament that they had at their school until we left the stadium after 10 last night. So I don't think they have practice this morning, but if they do, then you might see me end this live around 8:30 and then pick up this live for an extended live today, Friday. Y'all get everything today. So you're good to go today. Even all right. Rosalind Michael is in. I normally shout out the first person in. Audrey, right? It's a morning fam and present teacher. Big up yourself, Audrey. Thank you. Audrey also says, hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live, please. It don't cost you nothing, you know. Just hit that thumbs up button. For those of you who forget to hit the thumbs up button, even though you want to, hit the thumbs up button, please. It's just a reminder. And for those who never will, I don't think I will ever convince you to. You just never will, so we keep it moving. Marie's Message 411 TV is in the building. That's my fellow content creator sister. Go ahead and hit her name and go subscribe to her channel and engage in her content as well and keep the love in the family. All right. Big up yourself, Marie. Thank you for being here. Michelle Taylor RN is in the building with us this morning. Nisha is here, who I used to call Naisha. Wayne Nathan is in the building with us this morning. Missy Brown, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Elaine Brown, Dorothy T is here. Kaz Robinson says it's the freaking weekend, baby. S Diva is here. Top of the morning to all. Dorothy T says, okay, share Missy Brown, I talk. Sharon Spence, big up yourself. Thank you for being here as well. Onika St. John is here with us this morning. Let me see who else there. Jerome Pearson there, bright and early. Thank you for being here, Jerome. Great Goodies is with us this morning. Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist is also here with us this morning. Thank you for being here. Donna Davis is here. Banches is here. 5 Up is here. Better known, Let's Bond TV is here. Better known as 5 Up. Audrey Wright is in the building this morning. And let me see. All right, then we'll have a little conversation going over there. So Great Goodies, big up yourself. RR123, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Whole heap of people in here this morning to start out the live. Where do we start? It's up to you where we start. We have a bag of things are going. Hulk Hogan passed away. Hulk Hogan is no longer with us. Hulk Hogan is DEAD, or transcended, or however you want to call it, something there. Feel some type of way about that. We're gonna talk about that. You know what? Let me just go right into it. Hulk Hogan. Yesterday, when they put all over the news that Hulk Hogan passed away, I must see Beanie Man them post a picture of Hulk Hogan and Beanie Man like forehead to forehead. I don't know if it's some project that they might have worked on in the past. Cause you know, Beanie a big star, so Beanie did work on some big projects back in the day, especially with people like Janet Jackson and a bunch of other something he did. I don't know if it was around that time, but it looked like it. Somebody say you would have never seen Bounty Killer with a picture like that. I press up him face, power next man face. But anyhow, the Beanie them or whoever dropped the picture, I don't know if it's Beanie dropped it, so I'm not speak out of context or his account or whoever is managing it. But Hulk Hogan passed away. Them drop a picture. Beanie Man, I guess Beanie Man is saying, I know him. He was a good guy or whatever. I can't forget when the elections were being campaigned and Hulk Hogan threatened to body slam Kamala Harris. And if you put politics aside, right, and you just think of a grown ass man threatening a woman or speaking in a threatening manner like his audience, he was telling his audience, who wants me in here to body slam Kamala Harris? And he was like, yeah, he'll body slam her, rip off his shirt like his signature move or whatever. I didn't take that as a joke. I took it for what it was. You were a grown man that was using threatening language. I mean, the climate was tense. All the racists were crawling out of their holes and saying all kinds of things on social media. And a lot of them took it to heart, like, yeah, body slam her for real in real life. So he was pushing that kind of energy. Plus, over the years, I got to know Hulk Hogan to be somebody who was not on the side of the melanated people, so to speak. So I don't know. He passed away. He passed away. It wasn't no joke, Dorothy T. I didn't take it as a joke. I didn't take it as a joke. I thought it should. Could you imagine if it was the other way around, right? A white woman was running for president, and there was this famous black guy who was a wrestler or whatever, and he aligned with the opposing party, and he was like, "You want me to body slam her? I'll body slam that and call her out her name too, and encourage others to call her out of her name too." So me never like Hulk Hogan after that. Now, to be real and fair, we left Jamaica when we little, and we came to America, and we did most of our growing up here in this environment, even though we were between Jamaica and the US. But Hulk Hogan was a big deal when I was growing up. I even had a Hulk Hogan I had a Hulk Hogan figure, wrestling figure, action figure. Amongst my other toys, of course, I had Randy Savage. Oh yeah. Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, and when you used to sit down and you used to fight your two, tie them, yeah, because of the stuff you saw on TV, the wrestling stuff. So we weren't outside of the culture. We were very much in it. Growing up, a lot of children were influenced by it. And we looked at Hulk Hogan like he was that guy. He was top of the food chain in the wrestling world, super entertaining. He used to rip off his shirt on all these things. But live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
You forget one thing.
I just started. What did I forget?
You forget the Hulk Hogan was a racist. You said the N-word.
You said Hulk Hogan said the N-word?
Yeah, remember there was a recording when his daughter was dating a black girl? I mean, a black man?
And he didn't approve
Sorry.
of his daughter dating a black man.
Absolutely.
Ah, well, you know, I hope if my daughter dates somebody and I don't approve of them, they don't call me a racist. But he used the N word to describe the guy that his daughter was dating.
Yeah, he was a recording. He was in front of him in WWEF or whatever they call it now.
Hmm. I had no idea about that.
Well, yeah.
All right then. All right.
I mean, so for you and your family, have a wonderful weekend.
All right, my friend. You too. Have a good one. Yes.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
All right. Soon as she said that, I'm up on this right here, just pulling it up. And there sure is an article here about Hulk Hogan being a racist and things that he did, apparently more than once. There were a lot of accusations against him from other people as well, especially people he worked with, and people didn't. Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, Hogan's death as well as yeah, there's a lot of things that goes on that I don't want to get into all that because I don't know how the thing go already. And next thing you know, you have a big old lawsuit coming because somebody is trying to protect somebody's name, and people have way more money than you, and them just come scrape off your little change because you said certain things. So I'll stay in the lane of what I do know, and what I do know is that he completely turned me the other way off, remembering him as as a wrestling hero slash folk hero kind of thing into this is who you really are. I saw a lady put up a video on Instagram and she said some real stuff. She said she was like our generation. She was the people who are like 35 to 45, that age group, or I should say 40 to 50, or 45 to 55, or somewhere in there. So that age group, you came out of the 80s and 90s, right? Your growing up was done in the 80s to 90s. She said for those other people, we really had hope and we really believed in you and we really thought that you were going to be different than your grandmother and grandfather, your grandparents, and even your parents. If you remember growing up, right, back then, the racial lines were there. The racial lines were very much there. Like, for instance, I grew up in Miami, right? I told the story before. In Miami, we used to have, anybody who went to school back then knows we had Cracker Day. And Cracker Day is a day where, like, first, there was nobody that was black, that anybody that was white, or vice versa in the school and the community, the city that I was growing up in. You were not going to find a black man in Opalaka, Car City, Overtown, North Miami, anywhere around there, so holding the hand of a white woman walking down the street, or a white woman holding the hand of a black man walking down the street. Not saying that there weren't interracial relationships, because one of my best friends was from an interracial relationship, and his mom and his dad were one black, one white, but they weren't out in the streets like how they are today. So the climate back then, even in school, you had Cracker Day. Cracker Day was basically, if you were white and you came to school on Cracker Day, you had a high chance of getting punched in your shit. Like them kids, I didn't do it. I was from the Caribbean. I really didn't understand like why, but me know about the history of slavery and all that, and I took it to be. They were like, "Yo, this one for our ancestors. This the one day we get to get back the way we could get back." And they'll just be walking down the hallway and be like, "Why you came to school today?" And just steal off, and you see little white boys start running. I'm like, damn. And it happened every year. It was a commemorated event Cracker Day coming up tomorrow. They used to tell some of them, you better not bring your ass to school tomorrow, and they wouldn't come. You know what I mean? I told y'all a story about the first time I left the U.S. and I went to the U.K. When I came back from the U.K., there was a girl that I was seeing from the U.K. who followed me back to the U.S. You know, you're young and thing and girl I talk about, I will follow you around the world anywhere you go, you know. Anyway, she came to the U.S. and I remember I took her took her took her to the mall. I believe it was 163rd Street Mall. I took her to, and a group of black girls came up. This is how wide open it was. A group of black girls came up and kind of circled me as we were walking, you know, them walk around me and stuff. And one of them looked me dead in my face and she said, "That's what you feel like you need in your life, brother." I'll walk off, and it bothered my conscience so much. True story, it bothered my conscience so much. Jenny Mitchell, anywhere you are today, I hope you have a wonderful life. She went back to the UK because it bothered my conscience so much that I started treating her super different. And you know, everything she do, I'm like super annoyed. And my mom said, "Come here, let me talk to you." And I went in her room, and my mom was like, "Listen, that's somebody's daughter. I don't care about her color. That's somebody's daughter. And if that's how you're going to treat her, send her back to the UK. Don't keep her here and treat her like that." So I told her, I said, "Yeah, you're going to have to leave, you know, because in another time, we might have been able to get away with this type of relationship. If I was still in the UK, we might have been able to get away with this relationship." Real talk. But it's not going to work here, and you can see it. And even she was like, "I understand it. I understand it. I see it," because it was getting, you know. So back in that damn time there, growing up like that's what it was. You know, Hulk Hogan came out of those times. That was still our wrestle figure hero and all these other things. Saturday morning, you on the couch, you know, or whenever, when was WrestleMania? Was it Friday nights or whenever the hell it was? We would be in front of the TV, get your bowl of cereal ready, all them something there. We thought those people that grew up with us from that generation would have changed. We used to have that conversation with them. My mom's racist. My dad is racist. My dad said, I remember I had a friend named Jason, and Jason said, "My mom won't let me listen to rap music. She says it's nigger music." And I thought, damn, them time that Eminem them no come out yet, you know. Rap music was for black people music. She said, and it's jungle music, she said. It's jungle music and it's she won't let me listen to it. And I was like, jungle music. Wow. And then we watched the years change. We watched people like, matter of fact, back then, let me show you how steep I am in American culture, right? Back then, there were white people in rap. They were just not put at the forefront of rap. Actually, you had like Beastie Boys, that was one, but Beastie Boys was like rock rap. And then you had what the frick their name is? It was some Jewish guys. I forgot their name, but the big dude. I'll tell you their name in a minute. Anyway, third base. Thank you. Thank you, King Biggs. Third base. Third base. It was third base and Beastie Boys. That was the era. And they weren't really at the forefront, so to speak, right? Until Beastie Boys actually worked with Run DMC and the crossover happened, rap into rock. But rap was rap. Plus, I'm growing up in Miami. Miami wasn't really into like up north rap. Rap was very sectional at that time. So the music wasn't playing a international appeal kind of thing like it is now. Like an artist could drop a song or an album from anywhere and it appeals to the whole country. Back then, we had Miami music. You know what I mean? We had Miami music back then. Jam Pony Express, 69 Boys, JT, Luke, Two Live Crew, that kind of stuff. So Vanilla Ice wasn't even in it yet. When Vanilla Ice came out with that Ice Ice Baby, that was after. Ice Ice Baby came when the MC Hammer era came. Before that was Third Base and Beastie Boys. So the music wasn't playing a part. But anyways, the lady that left the video up, she said, we listened to your music, you listened to our music. We had conversations back then about things our parents didn't like. We swore we would never become them because equally, black parents used to be like, you better not bring no damn white girl in my house, right? And then white people used to be like, you better not bring no one of them black boys in here, kind of thing. So we met in the middle. And she said in the video, which is so real, she was like, I really thought you were going to be different. We swore to each other we were going to be different. We listened to each other's music. We talked and became friends even when they on both sides didn't want us to be friends. And here we are today. And you have grown into your parents and your grandparents with the same ideology. So the 40-something, 50-something majority whites that you see today who harbor this idea of, the racism something, they were the ones who we grew up with, who we swore was going to be completely different, and they turned into not being completely different. And I thought that was so real. So when I see somebody like Hulk Hogan today, listen, death is for everybody. So I've seen people on social media celebrating his death, right? I'm not celebrating nobody's death. Death is for everybody. If you're living, you're gonna die. That's just that simple. It don't make no sense laugh when somebody else dies. You coming up shortly after, whether it's 1 year, 10 years, 50 years, you still gonna die at some point. So it's not like they're experiencing something that you will never experience because you're just better. It's for all of us. So I'm not celebrating his death. Condolences to his family who loves him, adored him, who he set up in life. I'm sure they miss him like crazy. But on our side, I will hold that against him for what he portrayed himself to be in the later years of his life. He proved to be somebody who was not on the side of people like me. He proved to be somebody who I just disliked. And I can point the reasons out why. So, with that said, I don't know, it is what it is. I'm not mourning him. I feel no type of way about it. What I will say is this, though. No matter how powerful you are, how influential you are not more powerful and more influential than the almighty creator. Because look, 1 minute you hear promising somebody a body slam, and the next minute the headline reads, you will never be here again. You're gone, right? Kind of like the rapper that I told y'all about. Well, some of you, because some of you follow my other channel, but there's a dude called 4Extra who, he's a rapper. He's on a podcast that has over 1 million subscribers to it, on YouTube. He got employed by them to come there and do his thing or whatever. So he got even more famous. And 4Extra is always talking about, watch irony. 4Extra is always talking about these hands and how I'll beat your face in. And it's like, they ask him, you always getting locked up. Why you always getting locked up? He's like, I don't know. I grew up in a system, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing. When I go in there, I control the jail. He's a predator inside jail, prison. So when he's in there, it's like I'm home. He said, I'm frustrated. When I get in there, the first thing I do is I make sure shit jump off. I check everybody. And I'm always ready for smoke. And if you're not affiliated with the gang, you go over there in the back. Because they were asking him, so what happens if, say, I get in there and I'm not affiliated with any gang? He said, this is how it go. If you're affiliated with my gang, you over here with us. If you're affiliated with another gang, we squabbling up right away. I'm a bing, bang, boom, boom, make and throw you over there. If you are not affiliated with any gang, You go where the squares go. That means you the one who is washing people clothes. You keeping the place clean. We putting you to work. You're not involved in any gang beef, but we putting you to work. And you might still get bing, bang, boom, boom. I said, damn. You happy being a predator? Some people are genuinely just not good people, you know. Watch this. I said, you happy being a predator? God gave you 2 good hands and a good brain. You could go feed some homeless people. You could go help an old lady build something that she needs around her house. I don't know. Maybe the hinges on her front door creaking. It's about to fall off. Go see if you could buy some new hinges from the nearest hardware store, $5.75, and change them out for her. You know, do something good with yourself. You want to beat people face in everywhere you go. That's what you do, right? Do you know that the 4th of July that just went by, I saw come down my timeline. Give me 1 second. Come down my timeline. He had some fireworks in his hand. They looked like little dynamite sticks. And he was like, he's going to somebody up with these. I'm going to blow somebody up with these. You know what happened 2 minutes later? I went back and scrolled again, and this man's hand is gone. The same hands that you sit there every day talking about how you gonna beat somebody face up with this and boom, boom, bang, bang. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm telling you, you're going to sleep. You are going to sleep. I'm gonna knock you. That's how he is, right? Well, he's gonna have to knock somebody out with a hand that has no fingers on it now, because his thing got blown up. I'm surprised they were able to save his hand. My son had a picture on his phone of the actual picture. When I saw it, they blurred it out. But you know, I could tell that it was super disfigured, even with the blurring. But when Jaden showed me the actual picture of the hand, man, the hand looked like it held a grenade and the grenade exploded. Best way to describe it, a big bowl of spaghetti, pasta, is what the hand looked like it was just blown. I'm surprised they were able to save some of the fingers off the hand. You saw it, King Biggs? Right. So, hey, man, you not bigger, badder, stronger. You better start using yourself for some good around here, because, you know, that thing called karma, I keep trying to tell people that thing called karma is no joke. People don't believe you, though. That's the thing. People don't believe you. I seen karma whoop ass, and they would rather say everything else other than karma is whooping my ass. When you get to the point in life where you can actually be reflective enough to say, yeah, this karma is whooping my ass, I bet you start making changes. But you will never be able to make changes until you get to that place where you can say, damn, this is karma. You know? Blew his hand off. And while he was talking about, I'm going to go blow somebody up. Not, I'm going to set up some fireworks so the kids can enjoy the 4th of July, a fireworks show. No, I'm going to fuck somebody up with these. I'm going to go blow somebody up. Yeah. Bloom. Blew his own hand off. Oh, man, I don't mean to laugh because it's not funny, but it's funny the way how karma works. Seeing Hulk Hogan go now, seeing all the bad press following his name, you got to understand that that's life. You know, that's life. Do good. That's all I could say. Do good. Because you're temporary just like everybody else. Yeah. That's going to be a different mindset. Some don't respect life. Bad man, deal with him. Somebody says the ancestors cut his time short. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good. I wish you were still doing pen and paper review. Because it's 2 songs I wish you could do.
Or
paper review.
I'm actually doing the one from Cartel this weekend. Pen and paper review. I actually have it written down already.
Which one is that?
The one you tell me about. It's actually not that. That's actually not what it's called.
I made a mistake.
Right.
It wasn't join the group. It was join the team.
Right. That's what I was about to say. So,
yeah, I made a mistake. It
yeah,
was
and
called Join the
it's
Team.
definitely a message.
Did you listen to it?
Yes, I'd listen to it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's definitely a message. Facts.
Well, I have another one for you.
Tell me.
And it dropped a couple days ago by an artist named NG Dadden. It's called Dancehall Jealousy. It ENGEE. Last name DADON. NG Dadden.
Dadon.
Yes, Dadon. And it's called Dancehall Jealousy. And he made that song for Vibes Cartel.
Oh wow. All right, mega seat.
Yeah, we want you to listen to that one.
You know, I wish I could play all these on here, but you know the copyright thing already. And them they will take down your whole video on these things. I wish you could enjoy these music.
So them not allow you to play like even a snippet of it?
No, friend. There's a secret to this. But let me tell you this, if you go past 5 seconds, say for instance we do this video this morning and this live is an hour and a half, 2 hours long. They will take your whole 2-hour live for 5 seconds of their material being in it without their approval. If them like you, they can say, leave it and let's share revenue with the platform. If they don't like you, they take down your whole video because you use that piece, that snippet in it. That's how it works. Yeah. So you have to be careful how it goes. I did some, let me see, Macadamon allowed me the other day, and TJ allowed me the other day. I did some reviews on, remember the other morning, not too long ago, when I played some Vibes Cartel on the live, because we were having a conversation alongside other artists, I believe. And yeah, I got a notification sent to me, but they didn't take it down. It said that they won't strike me. We will just share revenue. And I said, damn. So they allowed me to keep it this time.
Yes, I see that they're doing this new thing now. Instead of just blocking you from using it, them allow you to use it, I guess because you have the audience.
Yeah, it's up to them. It's up to them.
Gain a revenue off of it.
Right. It's up to them. They can either take you down completely, which I have had done.
Or say you can share
or
revenue.
They will share the revenue with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I mean, I have nothing against that, because check it. Imagine somebody using your material, right? But them talk bad about you throughout the whole thing. I don't even want to share. I don't even want to share revenue with you. I just want it down. So yeah, so I give them the option to do either.
Exactly.
Right.
The one Sean Storm just put out one new one. We're not list for yet.
When you?
But it address Masicka.
You know what? Actually, this is one of the topics we're talking about this morning.
That's why we wish you could start do that again.
Yeah, and I am because I've alienated that audience. So I time for full time to go back into that, but we just gonna go live on them there still. But Masicka Afraid of War is what we're talking about this morning.
Everybody has said no, Sean Storm put out the song. But some of them have said Sean Storm too small for Masicka go up against him.
But Sean
Storm and nobody from Masicka.
Oh yeah, me not gonna say him too. You know what? We are gonna go right into that. Sean, me not think.
Yeah, me go back in the chat.
All right. Well, thank you for the segue. All right. That's Murray's message 411 TV. We're gonna right. Thank you, Murray. We're gonna segue right into that right now. Masicka, here's my thing. I saw that Mr. Vegas send him some advice. Mr. Vegas said him don't think Masicka understand how dancehall fully, like how it fully work. And he basically said everything that I said, right? In dancehall is a very competitive space. This is not for the kumbaya people. We are a competitive people, right? Even when me I run track and field, we used to be like, yo, wait till my whole a pussy there on the corner. I just saw we talk, you know, and it's just the competitiveness in you. Yo, whole that blood clot. Yo, yeah. We are so competitive and driven, but it brings out the best in you. You know what I mean? Don't think you say now say the same thing when him did a run. Him just now say it out loud, right? Dancehall is a very competitive space. You can't step in at this space and make statements like me are the baddest. And then you're afraid to prove say you are the baddest DJ boya and you're the biggest thing boya. And then I see his audience, his fans, his super fans. One of them do a video yesterday. We see the video come across my timeline about Masicka has been carrying dancehall on his back for the past couple of years. What the? What am I listening to? Because I must have been living on another planet. You know, Sean Storm is not built for what Masicka is built for. And you know how I know? Tell Sean Storm to go war cargo. Tell Sean Storm, listen to me. Tell Sean Storm to go war cargo. Cargo slap fire after Sean Storm more than twice, 3 times, 4 times, no replies. You know, it's like him not really want the smoke with Cargo. Remember me telling you, though, Cargo is one of them artists there where you might take him simple because you're there. I listen to it. All you're hearing in your head is, nah, sell out my friend them. Nah, go this my friend them. Please just guide and protect them. Love is, and your thing say that I sing the man, sing, and that's all he does. Until wartime come. And another thing about Cargo is Cargo pretty much live in our studio. So him can roll out time bed right into the voice booth place and just voice a tune, fresh off and meds. Sean Storm is not in no position to war with Masicka. I wouldn't say he's not a Masicka level because you know Sean is like veteran from a long time. Sean Storm there road. Big man that for Masicka. But him couldn't handle Masicka lyrically for a war. But that's not the war I want to see anyways. If Sean Storm want to give me a war with Cargo. That war them would have very much entertained it. And I promise you I will word for word, pen and paper, every answer, reply, every song. I would word for word, every one of them. The war I want to see is Masicka versus Alkaline. But I'm starting to think that Masicka is afraid. You know why I say I'm afraid? I say he's afraid because Masicka, if you say this, just prove to me say you're not afraid, just start slap fire after who myself is slap fire after. I don't say you're not afraid. But I think you're super afraid. Alkaline is like that villain. You know, hard to figure out that you there. Bounty just call him this. When Bounty say he is ungrateful and disrespectful and all these other things, you know, there's a certain level of mysticism to the youth. But say I put up a picture of him yesterday and people are like, oh, Alkaline must be still in Jamaica. His fan base is talking because here's a picture of him down by the river somewhere. And I thought, why is that a big deal? He's born and raised Jamaican. So if him there Jamaica, our, you know, down a river, Jamaica, our. But anyhow, he's not a person where too social like everybody else. Matter of fact, in Bounty Killer's interview, he called him antisocial. Yeah, so him no mix up with them. Him and them not there in a nothing like them. No have no card them can drop on him or anything like that. He has elevated himself. And I think that lyrically, Alkaline is built for war. He's a dangerous artist. And honestly, I think a lot of them fear him. Masicka might say him are the baddest. You take the man title because the man called himself the youngest and the baddest before you did. And then he came back and said he's not the youngest anymore, but he's definitely still the baddest. And then you come and say, me are the baddest artist out there. That's why I said, it's time for that lineup. Somebody said the other day Masicka is afraid of Alkaline. I'm going to tell the person, say, you don't know what I talk about, man. But now that I'm looking at it, I think he is. Because the stuff that go on Sumfest, Masicka should have, I said Alkaline, I build a third artist, Masicka, Alkaline, and Alkaline. Masicka should have walked into that. He should have walked right into that. Remember, you know, him sing and say, call it bravery, don't call it luck. Call it bravery. Well, be brave enough and go take it. You know, sister, Vybz Kartel did all box down Ninja Man. Coof, cop, cop. And remember when you hear the microphone and boom, boom, boom. And Ninja Man later in the interview say, he will shut up the place and all these things, but that them audience want Ray. You have to war for this. I'm not telling you to go lick down Alkaline with a microphone, but when you get on the stage the other day and you paid no respect to Vybz Kartel being crowned king of dancehall, and then you bring out Joshi, who was even more disrespectful, and you co-signed it right there upon the stage, you can't come on my crowning, come talk about me as a crown and put out around you. But none of them, nobody like your shoelace, my G. You hear say crown and put out around you, and you that they are co-sign it before you say, nah man, hold on. Vybz Kartel get crowned tonight, so yeah, crown and put out around you, that is a great man. That is the king of dancehall. And then go from there, right? But you allowed him to disrespect him. Stuff like that, and then later now, after that, you are smiling and interview or talk about, no man, big up to Vybz Kartel, you know, manners and respect same way and this and that. Nah, you don't disrespect somebody on a big platform like that, then later come hold a can about, you know, I just respect same way and manners and respect. I never disrespect nobody, no beef is there. Be brave. Be brave like Alkaline. Alkaline, brave. Alkaline, brave. That you, that's the way I'm saying, him just stick to it, you know. Alkaline did say time is the master, time will tell. And it sure is. Because I know him still don't mix up with none of them. I know him say what him say and him stand for what him say. That doesn't mean that I agree with some of the stuff he said. Because very much Alkaline was, especially early Alkaline, was a carbon copy of a Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel was out of the space. It was like a vacuum was left to be filled because such a big personality, artist, was gone from the scene, him gone to prison. And Alkaline came in. And Alkaline was like copying his mannerisms, his style, the way he do interviews, the way he speaks, third person of himself, like everything. And we saw it. Alkaline has since found his own voice. He has since found his own way of how him do him song them and find him sound now, kind of thing. So there he is. But him still not bow for nobody. Like him still, and that's one of the reasons him get beat so bad. Because him won't say, you know, I pay homage to Vybz Kartel, because if you listen to earlier me sounded very much like Kartel. Just like how live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning,
Morning, audience.
Morning. Talk to me now, go on.
What happened at Sunfest is a great market strategy.
It's a great marketing strategy.
Yep.
As in,
so far, you start a meeting, you get everybody start talking. Right?
I agree.
Yeah, and everybody start talking. There's more clicks for each artist.
I agree, but how am I gonna capitalize on it now?
Well, now you have to put in the work. Answer.
But him kill it already, because him come back and said there is no beef, and me and the man don't have nothing, and big respect to him same way after you disrespect him publicly.
Well, he should have never come out and say that. He should have just capitalized on it and put
this,
up the work.
This is why I said he is scared. He is scared.
Much so.
Yeah. Nobody is gonna hand you that crown, you know. Nobody are gonna hand you the baddest artist in dancehall banner or anything. You have to go take that, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
you have
what Kartel did.
Exactly. So if you're not brave enough, you know what I think? I think a lot of people want to step in another space there, But once them put a foot in there and they see how much pressure come with it, then pull the foot back. Then pull the foot back. Because a lot of pressure that come with that.
You just have to go in the studio and put out some songs and kick down everybody. That's it.
Yeah. But stand on it though. Don't come back a road, come apologize after. You have to go through everything that comes with it.
100% agree.
Yeah. All right, my brother.
All right, then,
Manners.
Manners.
Yeah, you have to stand on it and go through everything that comes with it. That crown is not hard. I'm not even talking about the king of dancehall crown, because that crown they are one whole different crown. I'm talking about the bravest and baddest one both here. That's why Vybz Kartel was like the boogeyman for a long time, because you call that name, problems. He's never afraid of nobody. We not afraid of nobody. Not afraid of nobody. We go for them anyway. Cause we go for them anyway. Action over word, me say. Something that go fly like bird, me say. Them no say them afraid of me. Them no say them afraid of me. And all them a bend up them ugly face. Them no say them afraid of me. Hey, me head hotter than a microwave. Looking at me hand where they on the bike a wave. Stand up there like you're brave. Like say you see a vision and sight your grave. Them boy are not ready. They're not ready. And I hate to say it because I thought Masicka was going to be the one, but he's not. He's scared too. He's scared too. All me I say is if Masicka say him at the baddest, call Alkaline name. Start something. Now, I'm not telling them to fabricate. I hate fabricated beef. I'm not telling them to fabricate nothing. There is already animosity there. Them never big up each other yet. Them never do a collab with each other yet. The people they align themselves with are not into anything with each other, cross-lining. So you can already see, say, no kind of friendship, no there, no common ground is there. Go for it. Be brave and go feet. That's what dancehall is. Be brave and go feet. And that's so y'all gonna earn all of us. If you say, yo, I'm in a business, what you want to say? Him, that's the man. That's the man. That's why Kartel have that brand. And it's like them can't take it. Them can't take it and them can't cultivate their own either. Everybody hide and throw a rock and hide again and throw one next stone and hide again. I hate people that throw rocks and hide their hands. Fling the big stone, man, and say, me fling it. That's why I really respect Alkaline when him do with Popcorn. The man call him out straight brawling. No, there was no guessing. And if you go back and look when I was doing pen and paper reviews, especially of Clash songs, I always did the pen and paper, go through all the words of the song, and then I would say, the song bad still, but you're not brave. Because I know me don't know who you are talking to. This could apply to anybody out there. Call the name. If you call the name, then we know exactly who you are talking to. We have to say, yo, the man address you directly. You know them people that will talk stuff about people. Yeah, me not like her, you know. Yeah, me can't stand the girl. Me say she nasty and dirty, see, and you she talking up, but you turn up right there, so but she can't look on you and say, you me are talking to you nasty and dirty, me don't like you. Because she know the amount of pressure we're gonna come with that now. So she rather gonna say it out this and if the shoe fits, wear it. You're not Bob Marley. This a dancehall. No, if no shoe fits, wear nothing. Call name. Be brave. Step into your greatness. Earn it. Nobody is going to give it to you. Adapt no one say. King Big Sir, remember how he continued throwing shots at Kartel and Popcorn and Lock the City? Yes. Yes. Alkaline don't have to say Kartel, but to answer the interviewer saying no one inspired you is crazy. RR123 says, yes, RR123, and that's why I said there are some things about him I don't like, because me following this, I followed Alkaline's career from the very beginning, you know, and we were there with Vybz Kartel them from back then, before him got prison time, leading up to that. So watching Alkaline move into the scene and how hard he copied rip off Cartel style is he copied Cartel so well that even down to the way how Cartel did interviews, he was doing his interviews the same way with the same mannerisms and everything. So for you to now say, yeah, me rate everybody, you know. If they ask him about Vybz Cartel and who him rate and who him don't rate, him will say, me rate everybody, you know, me rate everybody, but you know, nobody don't inspire me, man. Me inspire myself. Nobody don't inspire you. Nobody. Nobody. All these greats that came before you, all them people that were you sound like, nobody inspired you. And that's where he gets a beating at, you know. One thing about Vybz Cartel now, as big as he is, Masicka Cartel I got through airport already and run into, I forgot if it was General Degree, him run into and other people. And the man take time out time, own time. Remember, I know this Vybz Cartel, you're at the top of the food chain, Olive. Even if a man don't want to rate you in a theme circle, him can't take away your greatness because you're on your way to another $1 million gig right now. The man take time to stop in at the airport. Put the camera over here. So he said, people, you know who this? You know who this? Legend this, you know? And a big up. Cartel never been afraid to give credit and pay homage. And I think that is the marker of somebody who is great. They have a saying, right? And the saying says, work and work and work hard until those you aspire to be, you end up on the same level with them. What if you work so hard that you even pass them to where they who you aspire to be like start looking up to you? Then you know you've arrived. Cartel is that kind of guy. Him done work so hard, him work gone past the people them when him used to aspire to be. And now them a look up on him and pay homage to him. But he's still humble enough to say, you are the one that inspired me. That's the marker of, now remember, I know Alkaline, I don't know how old Alkaline is. I think he's probably like 31 by now or something like that. Not so young anymore, right? I don't know how old he is, but I know that time might change him. You know, over the years, time might change him. He might get around to one day where he's able to fully sit and talk and say, I never liked the last interview that went do at all though. Did y'all see the Cliff Hughes follow-up to that interview? Cliff Hughes said, I watched it. Cliff Hughes said, basically him said like I'm biggest flop interview him ever do. Like it's the hardest interview him ever do. It was like he was pulling teeth. And it was like the man never wanted the interview, but him did it. You know, and he was like, it was a weird energy and a weird interview kind of thing. Not in those exact words, but some of those exact words. You know, I just wish Alkaline had give the people them, not give the people them what they want necessarily, but still continue to be intelligent. Because a bright youth, you know, or him was bright. I mean, I don't know if him still bright or something happened, but you can't never was bright and then you don't bright no more. Another saying that says, you know, you can't never was bright before and then all of a sudden you don't bright no more. You could pretend to be dumb, but you can't pretend to be intelligent. See? So I think he's maybe pretending to be dumb. He's 31. Oh, S Diva, so I guess it right. I guess it right. Cartel know and respect all artists, especially the foundation artists before him. Even the young artists, them, him show respect to. If no one inspired you, you'd be starting your own genre, says Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr. Tommy Lee Sparta started his own genre and has spawned a whole bunch of young artists. If you look around, remember how much trials and tribulation Tommy Lee went through? Because you're there, Jamaica, which is a Christian country. Jamaica love call themselves Christian nation, even though we have the most killing this side of the globe. We have the highest femicide rate this side of the globe. Rape, pillaging, and plundering of our own is at an all-time high. You know what I mean? We fling the most jacket, illegitimate children being given to daddies who are not their daddy this side of the globe. But when they're ready for crucify you, just remember, say we are a Christian nation. So You aren't abiding by Christianity rules. Tommy Lee Sparta went through hell. Karen Notice, I appreciate you. Big up yourself. Thank you. I wasn't looking at the chat. Them give me a monkey paw on my screen, so my chat is over here. And I was trying to speak this way, but I'll pay more attention to the chat from now on. So if anybody I missed anything, but the phone line live too, you know, so if I don't want to call in if I'm missing anything. Tommy Lee Sparta spawned out of Vibes Cartels camp, but Tommy Lee Sparta, damn. War pot get bubbly, circle them suddenly, leave them ends ugly with the case spray with double D. Thou shall not trouble we, thou shall not trouble we. The demon them rise, car we no like when nothing puzzle we. Rise Max and Black Sickle and catch with the clutch back. Shut a ramp with the way the rough boy shouldn't walk in at the trap. When that rotted boy that come out with that dark energy there, that shit had goosebumps upon me. I was like, this is evil as I was like, this is evil as hell. You know, if I'm a suspicious person, a superstitious person, right when me say, you see, right when me say, the line there, me say the number up here up on the screen, flip to 666. Look, now they have 657. They have 666 right away. But me I tell you, say, and then the government came down on him for that. About him stand with his brand because the youth did brave like that. And him tries, and then him got even further in it. And he called himself Uncle Demon. That's why him and remember say Tommy Lee Sparta and even Bounty Killer did kick off, you know, because Bounty Killer was like our kind of devil sitting this, you know, come bringing out the music, and you know that devil bomber clock, take that out of your God we deal with, right? And Tommy Lee was like, me is a little artist where I try and make it. And this is my persona. When I call down no evil spirit and conjure up no demons or nothing, is a song, is a lyrics, is a this. And Bounty was like, nah, it's not a nothing. And they went to war over that, lyrically. And then that gets squashed also. You have to brave like that to stand up in a dancehall. And then look at Tommy Lee now. Tommy Lee created his own genre. Gothic dancehall is Tommy Lee's genre. He created that, dressed in all black, fingernails painted black. You know, like how the Gothic rock stars, you know, carry out the type of dress there, with the black crown, the eye, them, and everything look graveyardish and dark and sitting right. And he got super fight for that. It was because of that why Tommy Lee Sparta started getting the biggest fight. Like police are go around and tell promoters, say, yo, my sister, y'all keep an event this weekend. You see, if you put that artist upon it, we'll lock off your event. Go around and look for the flyer them and the poster them and see when next party I show up. Every time Tommy Lee say, yeah, this weekend, we done a so-and-so, then go lock it off. Because they didn't want that influence spreading throughout the country. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. What going?
I'm here, I'm alive, you know, I'm back.
See, talk to me now.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question about the king business. So, okay. So, in the history of dancehall, how much king like, where's dancehall? How long dancehall starts? Because dancehall starts so long, I mean, you then say, Beanie. Is the king and Yellow Man. So, and then now they say Cartel. So in the history of dancehall, the years, we don't know much years, you know. So it's treating we have all the years.
Well, okay. So the way I understand it is this. Remember how dancehall has evolved. So before it used to be sound clash, not necessarily artist clash. It used to be sound clash, and artists used to depend sound. You know, so artists used to travel around with a sound system, you know. Artists used to depend sound. If you listen to enough of them artists here, them will tell us, say, yo, a bass artist me used to come off of the artist, I come off of bass artist. This artist I come off of Metro Media. This artist I come off of anywhere Metro Media string up a play. And that's how we used to do a holy mic and thing. So it never used to be really artist clash artists. For a long while, it was sound clash, which we need to bring back too, because our sound clash thing overseas, people take that way and gone with it, and we not benefiting from it, and now we create that. So along with, but yeah, that is where it started. So we never too prominent with the artist and the king thing until later generations. Now we're talking about the Beanie versus Bounty. We're talking about the Ninja Mans. We're talking about, you know, the Shabba Kingdom and them kind of thing there. This is where the king thing started coming into play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if me take on the king business.
All right.
You see this king business where everybody around with?
Mm-hmm.
This is everybody who wants speculation what is the requirement of a king. Because this is not something we're written in a writing, you know. So everybody I go with them one narrative what make you a king. You understand? So nobody can beat down nobody say, yeah man, me right and you wrong. Because he not read out a law book, you know. He might read out a film one. You always body I read out of me. I read because I read my artists. Some people I read from there. So people I read from all over the place. What make a person a king? But me I tell you now, finite what make a person a king. Minimum use the word king then. What him above a person then.
All right, hold on. Before you go any further, let me show you something. They have added structure to this since way back in 2009. We're in 2025. They've added structure to this. You see, Beanie Man being king.
Yeah.
Beanie Man was crowned at the same Sumfest there where Sumfest has crowned Vybz Kartel king. So there's a structure to it. So basically we can go back now and say, well, if you don't reach past Sumfest and get crowned king yet, you can't be the king. And if them crown somebody else and take away your crown, then you are no longer the king. That as simple as that. We can't allow everybody to have an opinion. It's kind of like the Bible, and everybody who read it interpret it for them own way, just to make themselves feel like them not go to hell.
But you been so close. Let me tell you something. It will still remain just as what the Bible says, because there's no law to this. And okay, Joe.
Then not that. So you will still, no matter what the people want to say, you will still be outside of what the fact is. And the fact is he was crowned at Sumfest, which is the original crowning stage, and he is now the official king.
Okay, let me know. Okay, you have 3 takes now. See other man take a crown off a man's head and put it on another man's head. We don't achieve the amount we achieve. Or that sum up. If you know, listen, go. Me a neutral person, you know. Me not about nobody. Me just ask question.
But yeah, I forgot me answer the question them where you ask me though, you know, because you ask the question them, but you know, make me answer.
I'm going to give you a chance to answer. Just give me a second, just 1 second.
Okay.
What I'm saying, when you go to put on Beanie Man achievement and you put on Kartel achievement, when everybody has a card in Beanie Man achieve more. So can you take off the crown of a man we achieve more and put it on a different man? We don't understand that.
What Beanie Man achieved that Kartel hasn't achieved except for a Grammy?
Anything at all. If I even want spoon, him achieve over him. You know, supposed to move from one head to the other head. He must be achieved it over him. If I even want fuck, that's my take.
You're not neutral, man. You're there, being here, you're artist, and you try to say Kartel don't deserve the crown. I mean, no, if you read between lines, you know, Kartel don't deserve the crown. Beanie should still be the king. Because Beanie has achieved more than Kartel because him have a Grammy. That's what you are saying. Let me
say something.
Yeah.
Why when a person just try to talk and all right, you know, I see where somebody even get up and say, you know, me not like all that politician here, a person take him and swing him to the politics. Why? Brother, I'm just a look for okay. How could a man get up and say, you know, me faster than both and you don't run faster? Are you achieve more than both and you don't do anything? No man, me a neutral person, me I tell you. I'm 100% neutral. Me just ask a question, how can you move something from somebody's head, put it on another person's head, which is lesser than you? I don't understand that.
But me, I ask you, what has Cartel not achieved that Beanie has achieved, except for that one Grammy there?
And what I'm saying to you, if it even achieve a far over him, if I say enough achieve too far before you can outcome the person, that's my take.
But only if you're dealing with Grammy, and Grammy does not determine who our king is. Because Grammy are not even of our culture. It's a great achievement for musicians, but it's not of our culture. If Grammy was of our culture, bro, then would have two different parts to the Grammys when it comes to our music. Because you can't judge dancehall with reggae. You know what I'm saying? And how do I have to go up against the Marleys singing One Love and Bob Marley old music with where dancehall I deal with in today, day and age? It's two different. Our music has split into two different genre or subgenre of a genre. You have reggae dancehall music, and then you have traditional reggae music. Them not even respect we enough to put two different categories. Them just throw the whole of we in a one pot and say, "Uno pick one of them out tight." And sometimes them not even pick none of we. Them go pick some white people from foreign and say they are the best reggae band in the world. So you know, in a few one. So at that the standard you are used for judge who we call king.
Me said a person. Listen now, this year man we have crowned this, you know, Joe Bagna, you know, Joe know something about music. Joe a businessman, you know, a business Joe around. Joe don't know the need more music. Joe know the issue of music. Joe know to run business and make money.
You notice that Joe have Scatter next to him for years now, right? Right?
Yeah, man, I know. Yeah, man.
Okay, know tell me, Scatter don't know about music now, no? Oh. All right.
Brother.
Joe is consulting with the people who are at the head of the culture, my brother. That's how I go on. And when the people speak, Joe listen. That is all. That is all. So yeah.
Take, you said me lenient from one side, but let me tell you something. I have no argument because the person me even support those things. Crown this and crown that. I don't support it. But I want him to know. Nobody cannot overtake a person until they achieve more than him. You have to show me that. They say Beenie Man have more. We just have to look at them say Beenie Man are the king, you know. So he passed king then. They say Beenie have more number one tune and answer. So if Beenie Man have no number one tune, how can you pass a man and you don't have no number one tune more than it? Oh, that's possible.
Beenie Man have more number one tune than who?
More cartel, like get more number one. Let's tell what people say, you know. So when you just use these words, say, okay,
you
will look up if Beenie Man get more than him, you will look up it, you know.
All right. So since you are said then me and you can argue this out because you're not even sure about what you say, because you just say what people are saying, not true?
I not say me after what people are saying.
But you just said that.
Okay, say me after what people are saying.
Because you're not sure. So yeah, say what people are saying.
No, me not sure.
Are you sure that Beenie Man has more number ones or more hit songs than Vybz Kartel? Are you sure?
I don't 100% sure.
Are you sure that Beenie Man has sold more records than Vybz Kartel? Are you sure?
I'm not sure 100%.
So you can't have the argument then.
Oh, yeah, man. No, man. The argument what I have. The argument to me have, you know.
Me know what you say, man. Me know what you say.
The argument with me have, you know. I don't say Cartel don't qualify, you know. What I'm saying, you know, when you come and sum up and check up everything, if you don't pass him, he's not supposed to take the crown off a man's head.
Let me make it simple for you then. Him pass him, so that's why the crown gone.
All right, you know, when you say to me, you know, say my achieve more than him. You know, say I'm one of one on him.
You know what I just say? Him pass him, so the crown gone.
Okay, when you use and say him pass him.
Him pass him, so the crown gone.
Yeah, man, but you say when you use say pass him.
Pass him in every way, bro. Pass him in every way.
Like what is every way?
Me want you go do some work. Me want you go do some. Because me ask you and you couldn't answer. So me want you go do some work. Him pass him. All right, so manners. If you're gonna argue from that point, then you know. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
I mean again, morning again.
Yeah, brother, what going?
Why the money I complain for?
Me
He
not know.
was crowned before him get Grammy.
2009.
All right then. So that's it. So
Say it again.
He
All right, sir. Before.
He was crowned before he get Grammy.
All right. Thank you.
Right.
All right. And like I said, we don't depend on outside people to tell us who king is in our culture. You understand? We, the people, move the needle. So when the people speak, you listen. Listen, this is not nothing made up. Go back and look at the crowd for Sumfest for this year. Then no one, you go look on the crowd the year before, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before. And you will see what the crowd look like this year. It's not a coincidence when it's like they'll try to downplay the greatness every level. And I'm not here to argue about Vybz Kartel's greatness with anybody. Midday at Jamaica when time the man free up. I'm in Jamaica when Buju Banton free up, and me I tell you so when Buju free up, traffic jam. When Kartel free up, it was traffic jam. All the plane them didn't have traffic jam. We didn't have that problem with Buju, but enough people was there. Cartel King, just more than that. You know what I mean? If you look at the crowd that turned out again, and people are gonna dismiss even that and be like, I only because did they prison for a long time and them never see me, so no them want to come see. So that the crowd is out. Like anything I say, you're gonna try to diminish it and minimize it and make it feel like the crown gone. It gone left Beanie. When was the last time Beanie Man put out a hit song or a song that went trending? When was the last time Beanie put out a song that went trending? You know, tools like YouTube is there for a reason, and it actually works. You can look upon it and say, okay, this one did really good. It got 1.5 million views in 3 days. This one didn't do so good. It only have 150,000 in the same 3 days that the other one had 1.5 million in. You know what I mean? It's all in front of us. It's all in front of us. Beanie does not hold the influence that Vybz Kartel holds. I speak to my audience about influence before. This is the generation that have the rise of the influencers. Them call them influencers for a reason. Big brands reach out to influencers for a reason. People reach out for advertisement from you, them reach out for name drops from you. They pay money for that for a reason. Influence is power because you can influence an audience to move the needle to the left or to the right. Beanie don't have that kind of influence there. Or he hasn't had that kind of influence in a while. Is he a good performer? Oh, no, let me repeat myself now, man. Is he a good performer? Yes. I would even say that Beanie Man on stage is a better performer live than a Vybz Kartel. As far as stage presence goes and dancing on the stage while performing the songs, them and you know what I mean, the way he transitions from one song to the next song and how he work with the band and all that. We give unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar, right? Even Mr. Vegas, I've said it. I've seen Mr. Vegas live. I've seen Sham live. Them Monday, when you see them live, the place turn up because they are good live on stage. It's just a strong point in their thing. But they're still not the leader of the genre. They're still not the leader of the genre. Know what I mean? So I know strangers decide who become king in dancehall. Dancehall are few sitting. Few sitting. So we decide who become king. You want to give him Grammy over there, so that's a different award. But a Grammy is not required to be king of dancehall. After we never did ask them for nothing for start it. And we never asked them for nothing for maintain it. I feel it. Our own. We have to be careful how we do that, you know, and end up giving away our own stuff. We do this all the time. See? When you shift the culture and people look at you as the representative of dancehall, King Biggs says. Simply put, King Biggs, All in a prison, me, I make millions, me, I talk about US dollar, nigga. Yo, when you call and you make that song there, you know, all in a prison, me, I make millions. I was so many people that was like, make which millions in a prison. In a prison, I make millions of Jamaican dollars, maybe. I saw the comments. In a prison, I make millions of Jamaican dollars, maybe. Not millions hours. And in this song, the man said, me, I talk about US dollar, just in case you was thinking it was Jamaican. Back to Masicka. Masicka. Back to Masicka. I want to see another king rise. I want to see another. I tell you the honest truth, it gets boring. It gets boring when there is no competition. Tell you the honest truth, it gets boring when everybody gets afraid and one man does a lead out for however long. Like, it's like watching rap and watching Nicki Minaj, and she is at the top off and has been for how long? Nicki Minaj has been the queen of rap. Ain't it been like 20 years now? Is it been about 20 years? It's been about 20 years, right? Nicki in her 40s, not true. Like, even she probably bored. Even she probably like, oh, somebody challenge me, please. Send something out bad what make me say. Because guess what? You see people like Cartel them, they are invigorated when real threat comes about. Because they're like, no man, as a person who love the art so much and respect it so much, you can't just turn your back and make the man just lift off the crown and run with it, and everybody has said, yeah, Cartel fall off for sure now, because this is the new one for sure now. Him a go defend that. As much as you hear him talk about, yeah, we're not dealing with no war thing right now. Well, yeah, we understand that, but make a real opponent rise up and see how much, because everything is subject to change. You know what I mean? Everything is subject to change. Them man, they get invigorated when a wartime, when it's what? Well, you know, the crowd talk and the crowd say, because that's who they listen to. They listen to the people. That's what make you a good champion. You listen to the people. That's what make us good over here. We try our best to listen to our audience. If our audience say, cut down on the curse word them so flow, we don't want to hear too much of them, the blah, blah, blah. You know, we stop. We just put it on a t-shirt instead of just say it every 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Them kind of thing there. Masicka afraid. I'm disappointed because he's afraid. I was looking forward to him being brave enough to step out and say no business. All something that went pull a Sumfest. If that was me and I was brave enough to do that on that stage, I wouldn't come back later, come talk about, no man, nothing wrong and no beef, no did and then start cuss the people them who dep on social media who are seeing what you did and saying what they saw. You know? And some licky, dirty, hungry belly boy, some bumble clock, this and some. You dissing the people them for saying what they saw you do. You scared. You scared. A brave man say, yeah, that me say, and what? Yeah, that me say, and what? Where Joshy there up till now? Nobody know the Joshy interview yet. Where Joshy there up till now? Me want to hear Joshy come out, come defend when him say on the stage. Me say crown I give about you. But none of them no better than your shoelace, me G. How you fit that in? And how you co-sign that? Eh? Me say Grammy I give about you, but none of them no better than me. That was a diss, bro. That was a diss. And you got piece it out now because you realize what you do after the weed wear off. I don't know, after the liquor wear off, after the energy change, after the crowd went home and you were left alone with the thoughts of what the did I just do? You know, so I really can't defend that. I have to go fix this up next week. So prove me wrong and step out strong, right? RR123 said more people know Beanie Man than Cartel. There are other races that know Beanie and don't know Cartel. We know dancehall and reggae is different. However, like Shaggy and Sean Paul, Beanie is recognized. Who you know when know Beanie and don't know Cartel? Y'all been saying that for the longest. But who do you know that know Beanie that don't know Cartel? Y'all talk about people who might know Beanie from way back when, or might know a song that came up because the song they are road longer. Yeah. Facts is Beanie Man continue on all his hits for years to come. His Beanie can continue on all his hits for years to come. So can Vibes Cartel. RR123. So can Vibes. You're saying the fact is that Beanie can continue on all his hits for years to come. That is not a point of argument. Nobody is arguing with that. Beanie can tour the world until them have to wheel him out on a wheelchair, come sing Sim Simma. Who got the keys to me bima? Who am I? I make the crowd sing the girls them sugar. I make love to a fella in a rush. The part there. Remember when that song they come out? And what him say? In that part about make love to a fella in a rush. You big bottom. We did ignorant enough. We were like, what? Make love to a big man? How can a Batman think that? Rewind that part there again. Let me hear it again. When you say make love to a fella in a rush, say my rush to make love to fellas. I know that thing say man. And that him say dog. Rewind it again. Rewind the part again. Make love to a fella in a rush. Pass me the keys to my truck. Beanie and I'm gonna skip over that part there just so. Make love to a fella in a rush. Beanie can forever sing his songs. Okay? By the way, the man never said make love to no fella in a rush. The man said, how can I make love to a fella? Pause. And then he said, in a rush, pass me the keys to my truck. Right? Sim Simma. Who got the keys to my bimmer? All right. Maybe we just clear that up from now. Beanie is a bit ahead of Vibes Cartel. Don't forget that. So Beanie had some time on the map already to do some great things before a Vibes Cartel took the stage and became an artist and decided to follow in that footstep or that career path. So he was already ahead of Cartel that way. Has Cartel surpassed him? Absolutely. He has surpassed him. He surpassed him. He run laps around him. It's different now. King Big said, Joshy all about. Yeah, Joshy all about. Joshy said, me as a crowna give away a crowna sitting put on around here or sitting like that. Put out. Crowna put out boy. Me as a crowna put out boy. But none of them. No better than your shoes lace, my general. My granny before she passed never liked Cartel, but know him, says King Biggs. Kevin, remember the point Jamaica curse right now Cartel is the biggest contributor to the GDP of dancehall. Oh, didn't y'all see Edmund Bartlett? Edmund Bartlett said and I said they are listening. Because remember when Mr. said the Cartel effect? I said it in the first time I said it, I think I was in Jamaica. The video that I did where I said how many private planes landed in one day and they're coming in for that event. And I said, you know, money round you now because even in the streets, them is back-to-back traffic and everything, and everybody is talking about this event and they're going to be there. This is the Cartel effect. The food vendor, them are going to make a money. The hotel them sell off, the Airbnb them sell out, the car rental place done. You can't get no car for rent. I said that's the Cartel effect. So Edmund Bartlett the other day, let me see if I could pull up this article real quick. Edmund Bartlett, thanks. And calls it the Cartel effect. You can't go around these things. You can't go around these things. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett has acknowledged the potential drawing power of dancehall star Vibes Cartel in attracting audience to events like Reggae Sumfest, Bartlett believes that Cartel's return will lead to a record attendance in Reggae Sumfest. This is before. Edmund Bartlett believed that Cartel's return could lead to record attendance at Reggae Sumfest 2025. And it did. And then there is some other article that recently came out. Oh, here it is. Tourism Minister, this is 5 days ago. Tourism Minister credits the cartel effect. Tourism Minister credits the, if never credit the Beanie Man effect. If never credit nobody other, no other body effect. The article says Tourism Minister Mr. Edmund Bartlett credits the cartel effect for record-breaking Reggae Sumfest. And then he announces Jamaica's tallest hotel and Hard Rock Cafe. They're going to need cartel for bring people. The average Jamaican can go own nothing over there so at that tallest hotel thing that they're building. But I can't wait to see it because it looks so fancy. Reggae Sumfest wasn't just a celebration of music, it was a declaration of Jamaica's cultural dominance and economic ambitions. Speaking in an on-site interview with local media during the festival's climatic weekend, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Edmund Bartlett, delivered 5 major revelations that underscored the event's significance. The largest turnout in Sumfest history. Sumfest 2025, a planned 30-story hotel development in Montego Bay, official positioning as one of the festival's expanding global interest in reggae and a heartfelt tribute to a fallen founding father of the show. Bartlett credits this year's record crowd to a variety of factors, not least of which was the fanfare surrounding the appearance of Vybz Kartel. He said, "This has been the largest crowd that I have ever seen attend a Sumfest, which is particularly due to Vybz Kartel." That's what the Minister of Tourism said, confirming that the ministry is currently calculating the full economic impact based on the visible surge in tourism activities, hotel bookings, vendor sales, and the numbers that are expected to be impressive. We're looking at how all this has translated for the economy. When you talk cartel and influence, you have to talk about economy. That's when you know you're in a whole different league. You're in a whole different bracket. And no disrespect, because Sean Paul has actually sold way more records than Vybz Kartel. Even Kartel said it himself, right? So when we look at people like Sean Paul and Shaggy, and we can say, yo, them man that command big stages overseas, they sell to sold-out crowds, and enough of the people that were in the audience don't even speak English, or if they do speak English, but it's not their first language, a foreigner them, big over so. Not even Sean Paul and Shaggy do that. Let's be for real. Not even Sean Paul and Shaggy does that. But hey, so far you're trying to create a war. I'm desperately trying to create a war, Karen. I am desperately trying to create a war. May I call him out because I'm saying you're not brave. Right now, Cartel is the biggest contributor to the GDP for dancehall, says Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr. And that's factual. That's factual. RR123 said, when you ask certain groups or class of people to name a reggae artist, they will name Bob Marley, Shabba, Shaggy, Sean Paul, and Beanie Man. When you ask certain groups, but certain groups, it don't run the world. You know, RR123, you said when you ask certain groups. If you ask my mom, she will know of a Beanie, and she will know of a Bob Marley and a Shabba and a Shaggy and a Sean Paul. If you ask, so certain groups, you said, important to pay notice to certain groups. This conversation could get really, really deep, but we won't take it there this morning. But just know this. You see the little light skin, curly hair, something biracial look, something where Sean Paul and Shaggy have in common go on there. That played a great part also in marketability and marketing and how far they were able to go, certain doors they were able to get through, etc., etc. Now, if you don't believe that that's true, that's your business. It's the same reason why those of you who are dark like midnight without moonlight did not gain access to certain circles when your mixed race looking friend or your white friend or your light friend was able to be accepted into those circles. So if you don't think that plays a part, then you are under a rock. But it does. It plays a very big part. It's the same reason why Shenseea is able to go through certain doors that Spice, although Spice is the queen of dancehall, still can't access certain stages and certain places, right? All these things play a part. So when we talk about certain, she said, when you ask certain groups or certain class of people, it's interesting that you use that language. Certain groups or certain class of people. Of course, if you ask Europeans, they will come up with a Sean Paul and a Shaggy. They will come up with a Sean. It's this. Let me break it down for you like this. You have Bob Marley and you have Sizzla, right? Sizzla sing beautiful songs, Bob Marley did too. Sizzla sing powerful songs, Bob Marley did too. Sizzla looks very different from Bob Marley. Bob Marley sang songs that everybody could include themselves in. So does Sizzla, but Sizzla went one step further and catered even more so specifically to the black woman and child. Now, if I am a white man or a white woman and I'm standing in a place where a party is happening and I hear black woman and child, oh yeah, 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 for you I really have so much love. That not resonates with me. I'm not a black woman and I don't have black child. That, you know what I'm saying? If I hear one love, then that resonates with me, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, sorry, I called back because I'm testing at it and I listen, but me just call back for 2 seconds.
Then use your time wisely, man, and get to it. Where you go, sir?
What I'm saying, Shaggy them skin color, help them to reach where them reach. But the lack we cartel lack away, you know, no have nothing with us. With this, we are going. You see how unbalanced you hit? Huh? Remember, you know, Shaggy them skin color, help them reach where they reach, you know. That's your speculation, you know. That is your speculation. But this man will lack away absent from the present for 13 years. You're going to tell me they don't help. What's going on now?
How that have to do with them skin color and why? And me never said don't help with to do with what's going on now. When did I say that? When did I say it didn't? When did I say it had nothing to do with? I said people will try to diminish his greatness by saying the only reason a crowd turned out for him is because he was locked up for 13 years.
Brother, that is not diminish. That is the fact. That has something to do with it.
So you're saying that the only reason a crowd turned out for Cartel is because he was locked up for 13 years?
I'm not saying that's the only reason. I said that is a part of it.
Let's ban. But that is not the whole thing, right?
Cartel, no, that's not the whole thing.
Bro.
You are trying this minute that's totally like, you know, nothing.
No, man, you make up stuff, man. If I give you advice, here, you smoke?
No, man, I don't smoke, I don't drink, man. I'm a pit never look both.
You don't smoke and you don't drink?
No.
Find a little Zaza and roll up something with you. And take two, just two.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your advice.
Yeah, like 2 shots. Just take 2.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your advice.
If you do that and call me back, I bet you see clearly everything on me I say.
Brother, you say Shaggy skin color Elvin, that is speculation. That's what I'm saying to you.
That is not speculation, that is factual. Matter of fact, Sean Paul had in a conversation in a time gone by spoke about that and said he's very aware of that. So for you to say a speculation, when Sean Paul said he's very aware of that, it tells you where you're at. You know what I mean? Certain things you can't deny. I'm not saying that them skin color made them and opened every door for them, but it definitely played a part in them becoming famous. Let me give you an example, bro. When I go to school, the story I tell earlier, little white picnic them at school used to say stuff like, my mom, they would listen to rap music at school with us. But you see, when time car loop time come and them parents are roll up to pick them up, no influence must be seen or heard of that. It was called Jungle Bunny music and jungle music, and don't listen to it. You see, a couple of years later down the road, when Eminem came into the rap scene and they could now associate with someone who is theirs or like theirs doing the same art form, a beer Eminem them listen to. So when you ask the average white kid, you like rap? He said yes. You say, who's your favorite rap artist? He'll say Eminem. Now, mind you, people that they do rap way before Eminem, but him not name no black person where I him favorite rap artist. He is naming somebody who look just like him. I'm just saying that to say this. People resonate more with who look closer like how they look or who they consider to be pleasing to the eyes then. And it's forever been known that that's how it works. Rvssian, we're a cartel producer, Rvssian. How easily Rvssian slipped into the Spanish market. Shensia, how easily she got collaborations with Hispanic people and Hispanic artists and Hispanic audience. Sean Paul, same thing. His last name is Enriquez. So they have some kind of kinship towards these people. I don't know, may I say out of the way. Them themselves know that. It's nothing to hold against them. It's just facts I'm talking.
Okay. So what is the percentage you think say that skin color play in a them role for reach them reach?
Watch when Nan say in the comment section, Joe and DJ Khaled are getting Cartel into rooms that he may have previously been denied in entrance to. Factual.
So, Flo, me I got some more country where you say I'm going to listen. Me know what's going on.
All right.
Yeah, do your thing.
Two. All right, brother. Two. Just two. Me not tell if you smoke out there like just two and it brings some understanding sometime. Whoever was calling before can call back now and we have a conversation. The fair-skinned artists are more marketable per the industry. They've actually said that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bible, what go on?
Just make
we know what you say already, you know.
But let's can't be big up the car still. Let's not be car about still. Cause me already done there bonus split and I take a one slip. On Friday I'm gonna work, I'm gonna give 2x.
See
so he needs to go do that and kind of get into it. So it's just like kind of so like Junior.
Are you listening to what the Junior D was? Yo.
I'm saying one
Yo.
Call out a touch, man.
Yeah.
Call well out a touch.
Yeah.
Like call just get a phone. Like I think we can get a phone.
Hey, listen.
Like you get a phone.
Listen, somebody in the comment section, I say, I say, have you been to a party lately with the 20s and 30 somethings and see how they act? Oh man, Junior D. All right, bro. What else? Listen. All right, we can't argue on those topics either because some songs will be big no matter what. For time and time to come. doesn't mean that the person currently controls that genre or is the most influential artist in that culture. That person just has a timeless song. You understand? So whoever was saying, have you been to a party with the 20s and 30 somethings lately? Have you seen how they act when so and so? Come on. You can't play it. Let's put it like this. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. Good morning, family.
Morning, family. How you doing?
SouFLo, we got to give that caller some credit. Because at least he's not thinking like everybody else. He's thinking outside the box.
Yes, and that's what makes the discussion fun. That's
exactly.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. It makes it entertaining. True.
It makes it entertaining.
And he's brave enough to call in too.
On things.
And he's brave enough to call in too. Some people afraid to call in. They just,
he gives a different spin on things.
Right.
So we can have a good conversation.
I agree. Absolutely.
Let me ask you a question. Is Obeah legal in Jamaica?
Is Obeah legal?
In Jamaica.
You know, they actually have laws on the books that it's not legal.
Because wasn't there the reason why I asked you?
The Obeah laws.
Yeah, the reason why I asked you, wasn't there something going on with this legalizing Obeah or something like that?
Yes. Recently too.
Because you said that artist that was singing that song and people were like coming out to say like demonize. Because I'm saying how we have problem with the song, but we don't have problem with Obeah.
Right. Well, no. Obeah is not looked at in Jamaica as something you should walk around saying out loud that you do. It's so everybody has a problem with it. But even those who do it know to pretend in public that they don't do it. The Jamaica Obeah laws is illegal due to a colonial era law. In Jamaica, Obeah is illegal due to a colonial law in Jamaica. It's called the Obeah Act of 1898. Anybody who listening can go look it up.
The next thing I want to ask the family to do to pray for Winford Williams. That making the accident.
Yeah.
The onstage guy, I think.
Right, Mr. Winford Williams. But didn't they said that Winford is doing fine, right? And he is recovering.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that's the last update I read was this morning. And,
and the next thing, SouFLo, one last thing that I don't like with you. I'm going to tell you this now.
Tell me.
You take all the time and just stay on one topic. And by the time you're ready to go, you're telling us about, oh, it's 10 minutes to go. We got to wrap it up.
So you're saying
you take like a whole hour on just one topic, so we don't get to go into the others and give it enough time so we can talk about it.
All right, I respect that. And you know what I don't like about you? I'm that toxic partner in a relationship. So when you say you don't like something, I'm gonna say I don't like something either. And but I respect that what you just said, right? But hear this.
Yeah,
the phone line is open, so use it and keep me on track. Because I lose.
I don't want to do that because sometimes
no, but
you're welcome.
You're welcome to do it. You're welcome to do it.
Okay.
Just say it, SouFLo. We've been on this topic for a while now. You have other ones we want to talk about. Can we get to
One
this?
more thing I want to say. This is what I like, and I would love you to do more of it. You remember when you asked us questions and we write in the answers, like the other day you asked us which famous person we would like to sleep with and blah, blah, blah. That's very good. I like that part of the segment.
You want more of that?
Yeah, that brings out a lot out of us that we probably don't even realize.
I know, I get to see who are freakiness and who isn't and all these things. But
that part of the program is very nice.
Yeah, I like that part too.
The first time you do it, and it was so good.
I like that part. We actually did another one the other day, but I think you missed it.
Yes, I know you did another one. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, okay, so we'll add more of that to it then.
Yes, yes. All right, so cool. Thank you for.
I appreciate you greatly, family. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Y'all feel free to keep me on track. The phone line is open. That's why I pinned the number at the top of the chat. Anybody can call in and you can say anything you want to say. I respect everybody's opinion, you know, as long as you're not disrespectful with it, like up on a good mother and these things, which we don't promote over here for anybody's mother. We definitely have disagreements, and that's cool and fine. It makes it more interesting. You know what I mean? It's like looking in a garden and you see one set of flowers, just bare red. You only gonna look once. Can you see bare red? If you look in a garden and you see red flowers, yellow flowers, purple flowers, blue flowers, green flowers, you're gonna be like, damn, the mixture, the color them looks so pretty, and you know what I mean? So I make things interesting to mix it up that way, man. Anyway, there go Missy again with this 12:50 time frame. But I saw conversation go. Yeah, the thing about it for me is I get caught on these topics, and then because it is nice and the vibes are flow, as we would say, you know, me lose track and then forget. So with that said, we're gonna get off of the dancehall thing. I will end the dancehall segment. Well, it's not end the dancehall segment because we have more stuff to talk about in dancehall, because Rvssian and Konshens are going at it. Our Konshens bubble gala bubble. Konshens put out some message for Rvssian, and we're gonna talk about that just for a little bit of time. But I want Masicka and Alkaline to take it there in a war. And I do believe now that Masicka is afraid of Alkaline. He might have been throwing jabs at him before, but now that you're in a position to actually step out and war him, I don't think you're brave enough to do it. And I could actually see now that you're a throw word kind of artist and not necessarily a straight up war artist. If you say you are, then go straight at him and make me decide, say, you know, say, afraid, Alkaline, afraid I'm not answering up. But I guarantee you, if you go at Alkaline, he's going to answer. That part there. All right. Did y'all know that, just a little update, real time, the dollar keeps on slipping and slipping and slipping. For people who are like big people like myself, yeah, when we used to go a shop, go buy. Me used to go shopping on, them used to give me a 50 cents for go shopping on. Me go up a shop and come back with, like, me hand them full, like this, full of candy. Or me used to stuff them in my pocket. And when them give me $1, me go buy $1 worth of candy. Me two little pocket them used to full, and me have handful of candy still. $1. The Jamaican dollar to the US dollar as of this morning is $161.32. It was 150 something the other day, and I thought it wouldn't slip any further. But we have come from when it was 2 to 1. Like, there was a time gone by in my lifetime when you fly down with $1 US, and the most you could get for it is 2 to 3 Jamaican dollars. Then I remember when it went to 5. And the most you could get for $1 US in Jamaica was $5. That's it. So seeing it now, 161.32. But all of that, the people them that are in the UK making the pounds is very strong. $216 to 1 sterling pound. Canadians are in the running, $117.02 to 1 Jamaican dollar. I mean, to 1 Canadian dollar, rather. And the euro is in and strong as well. The euro is at 188 to 1. 188 euro, 188 Jamaican dollars to 1 euro. Boy, I'll just put that out there. Where's Sir Galang now? You're holding up the live, or you're late? You must say I listen to the thing on delay. So yeah, the money change up far away. And on one end, I'm over here foreign me there. So I make foreign money. And I'm thinking how far my dollar can stretch when I go to Jamaica. So there's nothing really for me to complain there. But I think on the other end, also. If you're earning with Missy Bram Bram says we are PUKKED. Rotted. It depends on how you look at it. We can't carry with Jamaican dollars go spend it, no way. But in reverse, if you're earning, so I guess the flex is to earn foreign money or set up yourself some way that you can have a constant income of pounds. Or I have to go look at British girl and add to my stable. Have more than one wife. Have a British wifey, and all of us are earning, I don't know. So you have to go earn some pounds, some Canadian dollars, or some euros, or some American dollars, or something like that. You know what? I'm super interested in this right here. Let me type this in and say quick. Let's see something here. I'll tell you in a minute. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see what this says. Oh, for them money no have no sense neither. For them money no good. Due to how the Chinese are strong in Jamaica, I was thinking that their money would be worth a whole lot in Jamaica, and it's not. It's 1-to-1. So 1 yen is 1 Jamaican dollar. So them not really not go on this. All right. With that said, we'll move into another part of our show this morning. I don't know which one to go with next. My court case. The reason I wasn't here yesterday, so my mom was doing a trip, right? My mother was taking a trip from Florida to Texas, and she was flying with Southwest Airlines. And I dropped her to the airport early in the morning, like 4:30 a.m. And as I drive off, I look over in the passenger seat where my mom was sitting in my truck, and I realized her phone was sitting on the seat. Now, if you know the airport, once you go out one way, you can't reverse back. So I have to go all the way around again, Orlando International Airport, buck in the early morning traffic, come back in at the front there. So you can't stop there unless you're picking somebody up. Because them have people there. Come on, move along. Unless you're picking somebody up, keep it moving. I risk all that, park the car there anyway, jump out, ran inside, ran to the Southwest desk, and handed my mother's brand new iPhone to an employee who was in uniform at the Southwest desk alongside about 4 or 5 other employees. About 6 of them did behind the desk, right underneath some big camera. I said to the man, could you please call my mom over the intercom to come get her phone? And he kept calling her, right? That time I look outside and I tell him, say, I can't be parked right there. I got to get the car because I don't want them to tow my car or anything. I just need to make sure she gets her phone. And he said, no problem. I will make sure she gets it. I'll look her up. I see what flight she's going on. If anything, I'll run down there and give it to her myself. Long story short, the phone never made it to my mom. So when she came back from Texas, now, we went to the airport. Them said we go a lost and found. When we went to their lost and found, they don't have it. Them said them only keep stuff for 24 to 48 hours in their lost and found, and them ship it, go on place in another state. I said, what's the sense in that? Anyways, could y'all bring it back? I spoke to the person who is the customer service manager at Southwest. the lady give me her personal cell phone number. I think she don't look man anyway, because she give me her personal cell phone number. She was like, the business numbers are here, you can call them, but this right here is my personal number. She write upon it, you can text and call me anytime. You know what I mean? So she'll give me a little wink wink on them kind of thing there. I thought maybe she'll go look out for me or something. She said, I have no problem paying for the phone. If indeed you did give the phone to him, all I need to do is prove that you gave the phone to him, to an employee. I said, I gave it to him right underneath these big cameras right here, so I'm sure. She said, well, I need to see the footage. I said, okay, go in the back and see the footage. She said, the airport don't work like that. The team of security people that handles footage won't allow her to see it. I said, okay, so what do we do from here so you could see it? She said, you have to call the police and you have to make a report and you have to say that your phone was stolen because you gave it to him and he didn't do what he was supposed to do with it. All right, I call the police. Police come. I said to the police, I said, if I walked in here right now and I pulled out a gun and just started shooting people, hear the police to me. And then I said, SouFLo, you go too far. Okay, see how the two of them quarrel. As soon as I said that, one of them slide to that side there and one slide to that side here on me. And you're the one over us about, oh, no. You don't want to be saying all that. I said, I'm just saying, I was just making up a scenario. Like, if I came in here shooting, you guys would know my identity in a second because you would go back there, pull up the footage, and simply see who I was. I'm telling you, I gave the phone to this man in uniform under these cameras right here. So they must have recorded me. The policeman pull out one big report. It took hours to fill it out. I'm gone with the woman, brand new. She just bought the damn iPhone. It took me filling out that report, going home, waiting days. About 1 week me wait. And then me get a phone call to come back up at the airport at Orlando. Me drive, go back up there. A police officer meet me and said, I reviewed the footage. I saw you on the footage giving the cell phone to the employee. We now know which employee you gave it to as well. She come out, the customer service manager come out and said he didn't follow protocol because he was never supposed to take that cell phone from you in the first place. He could have held it at the desk, call, and if your mom didn't come pick it up, give it back to you. I said, that's not how it went though. He took my cell phone and I left. She said, yeah, he was wrong for that. I said, okay, but how do we get to? The police officer said to her, I just watched the video. He gave the cell phone to one of your employees. Here she, I have to see that video myself. I would pay for the phone because we have a fund here where we could replace, but I have to see the video myself. So the police officer said they won't let you back there to see it. They're very strict about who sees what. So I'm like, this rotted. So I said, okay, where do we go from here now? Well, the only way she can see it is if I open a case in small claims court. And that footage is subpoenaed to the court to see it. One bag of frigger, you know. So me open a case at small claims court. Me pay $1,000 or something for somebody to represent me. To put the case together, to serve them, to do all this stuff. I got my date, my time of hearing, everything. Them said, don't come to the courthouse. This is going to be virtual. So I set it up right here. So, and scan this QR code and put this ID number in, and it will take you into the virtual courtroom. So I done fix up myself and prepare myself to be in a courtroom yesterday. You know when something say processing, and the circle. My time was 3. I'm there 2:45. processing. It said processing. Meetings so them have me in line and wait. It said processing until the time I was supposed to be seen pass. Now, when the time I was supposed to be seen pass, me I said, but my time passed and it still I said processing. Maybe the QR code is not working. So there was a number underneath the QR code that says use this or the QR code. One fine print number. Me use the number. The number sends me straight into, it says, you have now entered the courtroom's waiting room. You are not allowed to listen or speak until you are called. The whole time I'm there, like my phone, bloop, just come on. Me hear the people them. Yes, Your Honor, but I don't accept those charges, Your Honor. But I don't accept that debt because so I start take notes of other people's because I wanted when my turn come for me to say, you know how long I've been here waiting? And the teleprompter said, don't, not the teleprompter, but the auto something said, you're not allowed to speak or listen. But how am I not allowed to listen when I was hearing everybody else's case through the phone? It passed 3:30, 3:40, 3:45. Me hear them call up next case, next person. So when it reached 3:45, come here, I said them close at 4. I just said hello. Remember, I know me can't see them can't see me. I said hello. I'm hear somebody say yes. I was like, what the fuck? So I've been here all along. I could have spoken. I was prompted to not speak and I was prompted to not listen. And it said you are in the waiting room until you're called. So me there I wait. And me out of frustration say hello. I'm here, hello. I'm gonna say yes. I said my full name. I'm so and so, and I'm here for case number blah 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 against Southwest Airlines. And the judge said, well, I called your case at the exact time you were supposed to be here at 3:15 or at 3 o'clock, and you were not here. Nobody answered, so I dismissed it. And the lawyers for Southwest, they went home. I said, Your Honor, I've been here since 15 minutes prior to when I was supposed to be here. I've been even taking notes, so I can actually even tell you every case that you've heard all the way up until this point. Here, the judge. Sir, I'm not going to argue with you about if you had been here or not. I'm just telling you that I called your case number. You did not answer. I dismissed it. The lawyer went home, so I can't even go back over it now because the other party is not here. But I'll give you a number, and you can call this lady, and she will see what she can do for you. So I feel like, say, them purposely, because you know when them big corporation they work with in a court, them and these attorneys and whatever work. But why would you go through all that for a cell phone? The transaction for that cell phone was so simple. I gave it to a Southwest employee underneath a camera. They took it when they shouldn't have taken it. They could have just gave it back to me and said, hey, I can't keep it. If you're going to leave, take the phone with you, because protocol says we're not supposed to keep it. All I would have done was said, damn, all right then, thanks, bye. And I would have had my mom's phone, right? Now me have to wait upon these people to call me back now to see if they're even going to rehear the case or reschedule for another time and all this other stuff. Me I sue them, and the suit is like almost $4,000. But all I'm trying to recover is because my mom works as a behavioral counselor for the state. So her cell phone plays a big part in her meeting with clients, whether it's through, face-to-face time or how she do our work and thing. So when she didn't get her phone back from them, she gave it 2 days. And then she had to go get another phone of equal value. So that's what I put on there. I want her to be compensated for that phone. Must say like $1,560 or something like that. She pay for her phone altogether $1,500. She pay, so I put that on there. And the money that I'm spending to get these people to represent me, to put the paperwork together, to serve them the case and all that, I want back that the money too. They said you should put that in there as well. So I put that back in there as well. And that's how we come up with the amount. I don't even want no extra from these people. But it's weird that they did that. And I said, yo, them are going to ignore you. The processing, they were supposed to call you into the room. They didn't call you into the room. Purposely let it go and then say, oh, he didn't show up. Dismissed. So you got to watch these people. You got to watch these people. Nans said, have your attorney write their legal team. Okay, yeah, so we have a face-to-face consultation, and I'll look into that, Nans, and see if that can be done. Yeah, but that judge, sir, I'm not going to argue with you about how long you've been here, because you know if she didn't want to argue, we didn't have my notes. I would have said you spoke to a guy, the last person you spoke to, you told him that his case passed already too, and you gave him a number to go see somebody else. The one before him, he told you that he is not accepting that debt because his number, his phone number, and his address was incorrect on the paperwork that was served to him. The one before that, I could tell her every case what she got through. That means I was there. I was listening the whole time. And nobody said anything about my case and my case number. But so quickly dismissed, you know. I was so heated, man. I was like, you know what? Boy, in a life, you see, you really have to let some things go. You really have to let some things go. It's a serious thing when you say, the things that I can control, I'll try my best to control them, and the things that are out of my control, I'll try my best not to let them eat me alive. Because I was so pissed that I was like, you know what, my kids are here. Let me go find something to do with them. Go make a pizza with my daughter and something else. Like, frig these people. But now I'm waiting. I contacted the people who she said I should contact. And I could tell that it was a black woman that was the judge. You know how you just know, sir? I'm not going to argue with you about if you were here or not. I called your number at that time when you were supposed to be here. I didn't get an answer, so I dismissed it. But I will give you, if you listen, I'm trying to give you a number for a person who might be able to help you. Let's see if she can get you rescheduled. Here's the number. Here's her name. Have a good day, sir. Yeah, Missy Bram, I was so ready to be a lawyer. Not true, lawyer flow. I was so ready to be lawyer flow. But she already know too. She know what she did. She know what she damn well know what she did, man. That's why she don't want to argue with it, because she knows that she never called the case. Audrey, absolutely Audrey. She knows she never called the case. And she sounds so backed up in there because everybody who came in, when she called them, they're like, yeah, my time was for 3:30. This is 3:45. Yeah, my time was for 3:25. This is 3:35. You know, and she'll run through them, and she's running through them at speed. Like 10 minutes here, so 5 minutes for this one, 5 minutes for that one. Different judgment next. Kind of remind me of when I'm doing OT and I get to an unethical facility and I just feel like I can't do this. I have to leave because they're having me see 16 patients in one day. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to do a treatment session with 16 patients in one day? Most of these patients, you can't co-treat them, and you can't couple up and do their treatment, and you can't treat them with another person. You have to do one-on-one with them. So Unoa asked me to basically put my licensing on the line and falsify. This is Medicaid fraud. You asking me to put my damn licensing on the line and falsify medical paperwork so your facility can get money. Because how else do I see 16 patients in one day? I kid you not. One time them send me way out to our facility. I said, that facility is like an hour's drive away from the facility I'm contracted to work at. Oh, we need you, man. You know, just be a team player this once, please. I said, I didn't sign up for this, but this once, I'll do it. I get to this facility, 9 o'clock at night. The old people, them done sundown, gone at them bed, all these. It's a long-term care facility. Me a marching at that facility about 8:50. 12 people on my treatment list at 8:15 at the night. You know, I tell even Shakira, because she'll go through, she not finished with her medical stuff yet, but she'll be in her field. I say, you be thinking you want to work in these professions until you actually get fully certified and everything, and you go in. And then the politics drains you so much, you know, that you just don't want to be doing that anymore, kind of thing. But anyway, a heap of frustration, additional money is lost, right? I saw them going because them know, so them have the upper hand. S-Diva. Yeah, and that's frigged up. That's frigged up. You see people of color in positions of power, and you go before them, and you think, oh, this person definitely going to look out for me, you know what I mean? Because we like here, locked in, same everything. And they be the worst. I'm not going to argue with you about, you know, she probably look for me. I think, yeah, you a black man like my damn ex-husband. I'm not going to argue with you, sir. Hello. Hey, I'm not arguing. I'm trying to give you a number where you can call. I'm like, yo, this time so much attitude. I said, okay, Judge. All right, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day. Many years ago, I purchased a pair of high heel boots from Nordstrom, and the first time that I wore them, the heel broke. After I paid $500+ for them. Did you get your $500 back? Beast Boy said black cop mentality. Yeah, them black cops be trying to show their white cop friends that I'm not like him. I'm like you. And I'll kill one of them to be on your team. Look, watch me F him up. They be hitting you the hardest. Yep. Bunches, facts. That skin folk is not kinfolk thing is very, very real, my friend. Very, very real. Hello? I'm not gonna argue with you. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, when that frustration reached you, you couldn't find the bomber clock at the time.
I couldn't find it. I had to remain professional. I didn't want to send a receipt. Hey, nothing, y'all. Hey, Judge, or wherever you are.
You didn't want to light her up, right?
I didn't want to light her up. But what
happened if you really had said the bomber class? What did that happen?
Then when I hang up on me and then fling out my case permanently, probably.
But they probably wouldn't know what you're talking about.
No, man. They were in different times. They know. Imagine me gonna say that time she was like, yeah, I know you're kind. My ex-husband is Jamaican. He bumble-clotted his way up out of our marriage. Later. He bumble-clotted his way up out of our marriage. That's why we're not married right now, sir. I'm going to permanently dismiss your case with prejudice. Me, you can't even file the same case again. No, sir. Them have the angle, you know, and you have the blade, so you have to simmer yourself. But I couldn't find it. I found it, but I couldn't use it. My attorney drafted an email, and they told me to go to Nordstrom for my $500 plus credit. Interesting. Okay, Nance. So I might try that and see. So you said have them contact their legal team. Yeah, me, do you want to send her, man? Hey, dirty thinking catches girl. You go on like say you run the world. Hey, me not tell you something there from 15 minutes before. You come talk about you not arguing. I'm not trying to argue with you either, bitch. Me just a try. Ooh. Diddy's lawyer reportedly saved a man's life in the courtroom before the judge denied his bond. Just like that, may I switch topic. Listen, the more I find out about this judge that is about to sentence Sean P. Diddy Combs, is the more I know that he's gonna get some kind of time. If Diddy don't get no time, maybe they were trying to squeeze. Yeah, me should have geared about Kupan Yoto, not true? But Kupan Yoto. Like I go on like a ball with gold spoon in your mouth. You forget to shot you come from. Dirty girl. Sir, your case is permanently. Lovely Aneka. Lovely Aneka in the building, yo. She said, SouFLo, what would you do if a car technician broke something inside your car and lie? Said them not do it. And I you do it. There's nothing you can really do, you know. That one is unless you can prove it some way. That's why I stopped going my mechanic who I've been with for like 15, 16. Let me see. 16. The truck was 16 years old when I gave it to my son. I bought a truck 16 years ago. And I kept it because as my son was growing up, Kosi said he wanted this truck. And I said, when him get old enough, him I go drive that truck here. So I keep it for all these years. You know, over the years, my mother used to say, oh God, man, you still a drive the old truck. You can't afford to drive something better. Go get a new car. I said, mommy, it's fully paid off. It don't have no problems. Me keep it up mechanic wise and everything. I save it for Kosi. Well, him get the truck and mash it up in a no time. That him get it. But me save it for 16 years. So him can mash it up in a couple months. But anyway, yeah, the mechanic that I was with, I got to that mechanic when I first bought that truck. So I'm using the truck as a marker. So I was with that mechanic for 16 years because I was still with him when I gave the truck to my son. 16 years me there with this Amania. And them pull a stunt that cost me thousands of dollars. When I say thousands of dollars, you know, I know me no recover from that, you know. I talk about 17,000 dollars altogether. I say, yo, I was with you for so long and you pulled that upon me. Yo, you can't trust people, man. So instead, I wrote a letter to BBB, Better Business Bureau. I was going to take him to court. I did all kind of stuff. And as I did all that and put everything together right here on his desk, something just said to me, you'll bounce back. You'll recover that money back. Let karma handle this one. And you know, I took all the paperwork, we put it in a one folder and put it right there so in our filing cabinet. Just to keep it there. I kid you not. I'm driving down the street. Big facility. I looked over there. No car, no there. All of the door them closed. This is like a couple months, 2 months later. May I drive by and wife said, you know, sister over there, so them not there no more. I'm talking about a huge facility with lots of bays and the big lift them and you lift up a car in the air and that place they never have any less than about 40, 50 car there. So I drive back a pass again, shut down completely. I said, wow. See? So I've never, ever had somebody do me wrong where I never lived to see. I don't know, man. I think I'm blessed and I think I'm protected. And nobody can tell me no different. Me never have nobody do me wrong yet. That never, and I'm not bragging because I know me do it. I've never had anybody do me wrong yet who I had no bad intention towards. I've never had nobody do me wrong yet who I never end up seeing them suffer or lose their things that they had. It's true talk. True talk. That's why I don't say nothing. You know? I pass there, I see the place closed down. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. SouFlo, you're so wrong though. Why you didn't take the individual names when you handed it to him? You know, Reggae Girl, I was rushing and I figured it's the airport and a whole heap of camera was over our heads. So either way, they would be able to figure out who it was. They did figure out who it was. The police officer told them he just watched the footage. He saw me hand the phone to the individual, the white iPhone, just like I described the phone. The individual took it and I left. And they can hear him calling my mom's name through the intercom. They were calling her name repeatedly for her to come get the phone. She never came. Other pieces of video, because they tracked him when he left. He went to go try to deliver the phone to her as she was going through TSA. By the time he got there, though, she had cleared TSA and him just turned back with the phone. That part. He turned back with the phone and put the phone in their lost and found, and they shipped it from their lost and found to another state where they store stuff. But that wasn't a problem because they saw on video who I gave the phone to. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing this morning?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
See,
is it ever crossed here that they had done it before
like what?
and they covering up for each other because they're a partner like that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I thought that
Because
that judge purposely did not call me into the room because she looked at the head of the paper. It says my name versus Southwest Airlines. And I thought,
right.
yeah, and you know, Southwest, big conglomerate, they have their attorney in his pinstripe, handmade, tailored suit standing there. And, you know, for some reason, she didn't call me when she was supposed to call me. And then by the time I got wind of that, she was like, oh, I called it and you didn't answer, so I dismissed it.
With all fairness, I would say, my brother, yes, your mom may lose money. And this is just something I learned since I'm on the outside and stuff like that. You know, sometimes because of the emergency, in a certain way, we try to gather back what was missing because we paid certain amount of money for it. I know you're dealing on the principal part of it.
Right.
But you realize that sometimes they lost their job for less than that. A lot of these TSA workers.
Yeah.
So, man, my brother, I know it's kind of like on the principal side, but just watch it unfold and you will see. Because sometimes some things have a funny way of happening even faster than we think it is.
Right. Yeah, like the brother with the mechanic that I was with for 16 years that I'm telling you about.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's a lot of money you put into, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, they never know that you would have taken it that far. But for now, just let it play out as you know, let God deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
because you're not the type of person to instill things in the atmosphere where, you know what I'm saying, you're not cheating anyone, you're not, you know, but we, the good ones, sometimes we get the short end of the stick, but eventually further down, we win in so many ways.
True. Absolutely.
You can't even, you know.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
All right, my brother.
Manners and respect, King.
All right, one love.
One love. Absolutely. So we're not gonna dwell upon that no more. We're gonna let that one go where it's at. The phone is not in no lost and found. It's been found. It's been found. You can have your include the officer's name and confirmation that he witnessed the employee taking the phone in communication that he is sending to their legal team. Okay. All right, Nance. We'll see how that works out. I'll keep y'all up to date as to how it works out with that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, my brother.
Yeah, bro.
More draw attention to something completely off topic.
Go on now.
So now I watch funny video from the other day with these some of these top entertainers and celebrities from our culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I see the man them wear something, brother, in a name of fashion, bro. And it bothers me nerves.
How will you talk? I acting?
No, not us in general.
Okay. Your phone are act up. Mr. I acting while I fix the phone. Mr. I acting because a lot of people were saying something about the bunch of chains that he was wearing around his neck and how tight him clothes and stuff like that. But you know, Mr. T from the A team used to wear a whole heap of chain around his neck. But your phone, five up your phone.
Yeah, you hear me better?
Yeah, now you're good now.
Alright, so what may I say is it's not even about the whole heap of chain or none of them things there. See him? Like, me see him, this youth here, Rvssian man, ASAP Rocky. You see them man there wear something you to wear. Them things they just say feminine, bro. And when me look into it, me not see none of the Caucasian people, man them.
I do any of them something there.
Fashion them. Me not see it. So why the man them from our culture, our skin color, why the man them make the people them put them in a some sit where they send some wrong message on them? Why they make them look like a girl? Like what are we doing, bro?
We'll go one step further for you.
Is this about the money or what? I just that? Like we not masculine. You will just allow them to be masculine, my virgin.
They're softening us up.
Them feminine wear, bro.
They're softening us up.
And I come talk about fashion. That pissed me off, bro.
But that's going on for a while now, though, brother.
It's been going on for a while, but I mean, brother, you are going. In my opinion, the playing field somewhat level. Why me say somewhat level? Brother, we have access to money now. More than ever, as our people. So if it is that we need to support our own, that we need to do. But we can't make the people them are the masculine, my brethren. And I call it fashion, bro. And we not see none of the Caucasian people them in the said fashion.
You know, the thing about it too is this, right? We always willing as long as the check is right. So they won't have no problem finding a group of us who are always willing because them are going to make the check right.
That's the problem. Yeah. That's the problem, though.
Yeah, so
that is the problem.
Then it turned into a each his own kind of thing, you know? You don't like it, don't look over there, so kind of thing.
It pisses me off, you know?
Yeah, man.
It not send a good message to the future youth them.
The picture bigger than that, bro. Them know what them will do. Yeah. Again.
But that said still, you know what I mean? And it said we in our little local culture, like look at Jamaican man them same man wear certain things in a say a fashion. I'm gonna really support, bro. Man, them look too feminine sometimes, brother.
Well, I'm gonna tell you to each his own, bro.
People need to say it, brother. We need to differentiate the men from the women, the boys from the girls.
After me left from Jamaica, go for a bad tour.
Oh, yeah, we're not supposed to they are cinnamon. And I tell.
These boys say I'm batty for
that. Me is a man that.
Yeah. Yo.
You understand me? I say every man them wear handbag and some style and some. But you know what I deal with?
Yeah, them purse, them call it a merce, bro.
Purse, brother.
It's a merce. Them say it's a merce,
No
bro.
merce, brother. Wallet.
Oh, yes, a wallet.
Wallet.
Wallet. Wait there. We're about to say bullet.
There you go. I'm walking like that, but I get too smoke and drink too much. I make too much.
You know what? You want to go all the vibes, you know, bro. What's that word? Easy. Manners. Yeah, but walk off and it's like all the vibes like Friday. It's past my boys' football time. Obviously, they're not going to football. Yeah, walk a whole lot of vibes like early morning. Yeah, 5 up say wallet. Mr. About to say bullet. But we have a thing where we say wallet. Wallet. For them now hold no meds. You know what I mean? I saw you come answer. Long time that happen. Long time that happen. Questionable outfits on these, man. What we are gonna do? I feel them that them want to put on tight stretchy pants and you know G-string and show and these kind of things and purse, them call it merce. I feel them something that. What are we gonna do? I'm just happy that baggy clothes came back. You know, big pants and cause that's my thing. My gun upon me all the time, so I can't wear tight clothes anyway. I think I have to tuck neatly. You know what I mean? But some man that I feel them fashion, what we gonna say? What are we going to say? We can't say nothing about it before them start label you, Mr. Homophobic, Mr. This, that, and the other. So I think, did you all know that Diddy's lawyer, right? Real quick, I'm gonna run through these two. Diddy's lawyer. So while the defense attorney, Mark Agnofilo, was disappointed in the judge's bond decision because after they beat the RICO charges, they asked the judge for to let Diddy out on bond. He was happy with the verdict, not guilty, but he was upset that the judge denied him. But right before the judge denied that bond to Diddy, so while most of the conversation around Diddy's trial these days concerns its uncertain future, is he going to get years in prison? Is this judge racist? How many years is he going to get? There are still courtroom stories to go over. One of them emerged in a report about the defense attorney, Mark Agnofilo, who reportedly actually saved a person's life earlier in that same courtroom. Various members of the court reportedly awaited Judge Arun Subramanian's decision on Diddy's potential bond that Wednesday afternoon in Manhattan in a courtroom. As we now know, that bail request was turned down. But while they were there was a man in the courtroom who reportedly had a seizure. And he fell back and he hit his head hard and bit his mouth hard and collapsed to the ground. And there was blood and foam and all kinds of stuff coming out of his mouth. This is right before the judge says no bond. Agnofilo immediately went to the man to attend to the situation, according to the reports, per eyewitness who were in the courtroom. The unidentified man was convulsing heavily, and he was repeatedly slamming his own head against the marble floor. Blood and vomit were pouring out of his mouth. I can't imagine a busier 5-minute period in my life, says Mark Agnofilo, as he did an interview recently with the New York Post. He said, I'm going down to see Mr. Combs. Everything was so intense because we're waiting for, are they going to give us the bail or not? We had put in for it, and my mind was on the case. And as I walked out, a man falls in clearly seizing mode. It seemed pretty dire to me, and I was worried about him. So I ran over and I did what I had to do to save his life. And they asked him, well, how did you know what to do? He said, well, I've just dealt with lots of seizures. And I just know exactly what to do because I've dealt with this situation many times before. His Agnofilio's legal colleague, Jacob Kaplan, reportedly placed a backpack that he was carrying under the man's head to mitigate further harm, supporting his head for safety purposes because he was slamming his head back into the marble floor like that. Then Mark Agnofilio's daughter, Sophia, who works with him as a paralegal, and an unspecified member of Diddy's unit or his family, Diddy's family member, reportedly checked the man's pulse and monitored the man's breathing while EMS were notified and they were on their way. EMS eventually arrived and response were carried. They arrived and respondents carried the man out on a stretcher. His condition to this day remains unknown, as authorities have not disclosed any details about his updates, but he was saved by Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnofilio. Elsewhere, folks continue to debate on the verdict, but just to put that out there, you save somebody's life moments before this decision was handed to you, and as after you save the life, you walk in there only to hear the judge say that bond is denied. I thought that was ironic. Not only did I think that was ironic, I just thought, wow, no sympathy, no empathy, no nothing. You save somebody's life in my courtroom, so what? So what? That's where that's at. So I don't want to dwell on that too long. I just wanted to pass that through to let you know that Diddy's attorneys did save somebody's life in that courtroom. It seemed like nobody else knew what to do. And a member of Diddy's family also, an unspecified member of his family also, who is said to be in the medical field, rushed to help the attorney to save the person. Lovely Aneka is in here. Go ahead and hit Lovely Aneka up, please. Lovely Aneka is my fellow content creator sister, along with Marie's Message 411 TV. She's right here in the chat room. Click her name, go over to her channel, hit the subscribe button over there and resonate with her content. She says baggy clothes come back, but most Jamaican man them still wear tight pants. Me not wear no tight pants though. You'll definitely see me in some big pants. We have lost our identity culturally, says Junior Copeland. And Missy Bram Bram says seizure and an easy ailment, Yeah, man, especially when you fall down from a standing position, just fall back, so boop, and lick your head and all kind of something. There's a Jamaican guy who recently died. He was in his 20s. And him recently passed away in Jamaica there from his seizures. Lick him head when him drop. And lick him head so hard. And they said he knew he was the week before and did have this feeling. I guess people who suffer from constant seizures, they kind of start to know when it's gonna come on. I saw one young lady said she started feeling like very euphoric, and then once she start getting that euphoric feeling, and then she have a next feeling where she feels nauseated, like she gonna feel like she could almost vomit, a kind of sick feeling in her stomach, and then the euphoric feeling. She start pack pillows around her, and the way how she set up her house, because she lived by herself, but she has cameras on her, and people check in upon her like every couple of hours. So she set up herself in a certain area in her house with all soft stuff around her, and she have her seizure. And she said, I'm just sitting here, just getting ready to go through it because I know it's coming, and then it start, and then play some of the videos, and you should see her in her own house with herself, and then she start just go through it. I'm like, yo, we have so much to be thankful for. If you are healthy, if you don't suffer from any of these things, I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's she's a young attorney. She's a young attorney. I don't remember what law she does, but it just said she's a young attorney, right? And them asks are like, has she ever seized in court before while she was representing a case. And I think she said, thank God, no, hasn't happened yet. However, you know, leading up to a case or working on a caseload, preparing a case, it has happened. I'm like, yo, we have so much to be thankful for, my friend. Because when they played the video footage, obviously the cameras are in her ceiling. So it's like looking down on her. And people who call her to check on her can also see it. And then them send help. If you see how it starts, you know, she just calm like this, you know, and she's like, yeah, I'm preparing for one. And she take the big body pillow them, she stuck them around her, she put one between her legs. She's like, I'm preparing for it because I know it's coming. I can feel it. It's about to hit, like right now. She just gone in a one. I'm like, God, thank you. God, me not have nothing to like, me not live like that. I don't have no kind of ailment like that. You know? Chris H, UK tuned in. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here, fam. The judge has said that now have nothing to do with the case. Does the perspective on the attire change for the petty men and other African cultures that wear kilts? No. I like African wear because it's uniquely African. Yeah. I like, you know what I don't like? I don't like when African men wear European suits and think that that makes them like better kind of thing. Like traditional African wear to me is, it stands out because it is uniquely African, you know? So, you know, the long top them and will look like dress almost, and then the longer one them, the robe them and these things. I don't look at those like dresses because they're not dress. But when time a man I go bring a purse and call it a merce. Nah, it's a purse. It's a purse. The word merce actually means man purse. But remember, me not really business what people want to do with themselves, because you know everybody is here to live their life. If that's what you choose to do, then that's what you choose to do with yourself. If you want to bring merce, and then you bring merce. If you want to wear Ugg boots and tights with your little tealy print out in the front and your balls over there and split it down the middle like pum pum, that's your business. Me no business, because me no look man anyway. That's what you want to do with your life, that's what you want to do with your life. For those of us who are super concerned, if you have children, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to raise them. Funny story. We coming from the football game last night. I mean, I tell my son, say, yo, I'm hungry because I hadn't eaten all day. I say, yo, I'm hungry. But nothing is open and I don't want to eat no burger and fries and them something there. So I was like, yo, Panda Express. If Panda Express is open, I'll go there. Panda Express is like, for those of you who don't know, it's like fusion Chinese something, a mix of not really Chinese but Asian. So I went through Panda Express and the person will answer, hello, how may I help you? I said, may I have a big plate? It's called a bigger plate. May I have a bigger plate with some broccoli beef and some walnut shrimp and blah blah blah. I order up my food and thing. I'm here. Would that be all? Okay. Your total is thank you. See you at the window. And then when we reach around that window, I have my two sons them in the car now. Me and them a talk and a laugh and talk about life and stuff like that. And me look across so pay for me something. And the person was running the drive-through, so them have on the headset. And the person come to the window and the person was like, that'll be $34.75. And I couldn't help it. The whole time the person I talk, I'm thinking, why is a white girl working here? But then again, I've seen them hire black people, white people. So I'm expecting to see like a blonde chick, probably small body type stuff. One brother with one big sideburns on two sides of his face. So when me go hand him my card now, in the middle of talking to my son, I was like, And I just froze. And because I froze, Kosi now start laugh hard as hell. He started laughing hard as hell, but me I try to play it off now because I don't want the person feel like we'll laugh after them. So me I talk like I said, we're laughing about something else, you know, and he was like, huh? What'd you say? I said, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him about something else. I want man. Hi, how may I help you? I don't know how my woman voice sound, but you know, I don't think me do a good impression. So we were driving away and talking, and I said, damn. And a Chinese, it's a Chinese person toward that. And we were like, I've never seen a pregnant Chinese woman. I've never seen a Chinese woman come out of her car, come pump gas. I've never seen a Chinese person who is transitioning in the LGBT something XYZ something either. We was trying to figure out how that man's voice got to where it's at. Like he must be taking something. But hey, them serving my food and my food got me out on it. I didn't throw away the food because you know I wanted them serve me the food. So I have nothing against nobody, man. Just you in your own lane, I'm in a different lane. But that hi, may I help you? I swear a woman did not come there. And it was a Chinese. So we started talking about, my son said, you know, Chinese people have high expectations for their children. Like, I mean, I say, yes, super high. Like, if the dad finds out that his son is like that and they're traditional Chinese, my son was like, yeah, and probably go back to China and jump off of the Beijing towers or something like that. I'm gonna say, yeah, probably do. Like, them not take disappointment like that. They have them have a place over there. Well, we can't use that word, the S word, forest. This forest is literally a place designated for them to go out into the forest. After them say their goodbyes to everybody. This life is too rough. I've disappointed my family. Me never get the 10 subjects them when we did go for a UE. You know, me I'm gonna end up with 2. Me don't. Me now I'm gonna turn out to be what daddy want me to be. I'm going off into the forest. You will never see me again. And them go off in that forest. Off themselves out there in that forest. This is real. This is real. Yeah, but they themselves take that dishonor so serious. That's also one of the reasons why they are so successful as well, you know. Because them do what them parents say. You know what I mean? My picnic them now, them not do what me say. Me tell one same figure be doctor, I'm saying one be one artist. Me tell one same figure, I don't know. Like say you tell your kids them, our children of this generation, you say, you know, I want you to be a doctor. You're going to be the first doctor in our family, like new generation doctor. It's a prestigious thing to be. And plus, we can look forward to you being there to help the rest of the family. You know, doctor bills kill a lot of people. Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to play football. Them, they're different. Dad said you're going to be a doctor them go for. The problem comes when time them daddy say Sheng Weng must be a doctor and Sheng Weng don't have 2 cents in him head. You know what I mean? Sheng Weng is not that bright, but his father put him way up here so to live up to them expectation there. And poor Sheng Weng, he can't make it. And now, you know, him feel disappointed and he might look for the tallest building for chuck off because him disappoint him daddy. Pressure. Young on SNL is fully out. Oh, I'm not on SNL. Let's Go on TV say, but being a fish isn't an expectation. Yo, bro. You just fling that out there, so you just fling that. You say, yeah, but being a fish isn't an expectation. Unless I one of them kind of fish. Being a fish isn't an expectation. Ross. You know, this boy, in them times, you can't expect anything. You either haven't lived in Philly or Atlanta, says Mel. Missy Brum say you sound like Shim. Hello. Hi. May I take your order? Yes. Do you want anything else? I say, it's a girl this. And me I look to see the little blonde chick come up, cause sound like that's what it is. And this Ross man, tall as Ross, with some big sideburns. I was like, I froze just like this. My card was right here. I'm like, give over the card. I returned to my son. I was like, oh, I gave him the card. Anyway, we're gonna get into some more stories along the way. The pastor who you see, remember we did a story recently where we tell you about the pastor that lives in the United States of America. Well, I didn't know he was a pastor. The woman who was in her bed for how many, 2 years, and the woman who said that she was taking instructions from a spiritual advisor who told her that God is going to move in miraculous ways and this person was going to get up and walk. Come forth, Lazarus. Remember that story there? All right. So the police have now laid several charges against these two Westmoreland women following the discovery of the body of 69-year-old Viola Destin of Good Hope District in Sheffield, Westmoreland, in a mummified state in Old Hope District, Little London, in the parish on Sunday, July 6th. They are also seeking a United States-based Jamaican pastor who they believe can help with their investigation. In Jamaica, when Jamaica Constabulary Force says they believe you can help with the investigation, run like Mavado, because if you show up, them are go. If you show up, by the way, how come Mavado hasn't made it back to Jamaica yet? I mean, his son beat the murder case. When more them have, them can't hold Mavado for nothing. And that's a fair next day. Delroy Jones, he's the biggest face that you see on our icon. Delroy Jones is a Jamaican national who is currently believed to be residing in Colorado in the United States of America, and he has been named as a person of interest in this ongoing investigation surrounding the death and subsequent concealment of the body of Destin, the police said yesterday. The investigators believe that he may be able to significantly assist with the case and as such is being asked to make contact with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Charges so far for 54-year-old Gina Robinson of Old Hope District and 49-year-old Laverne Wedderburn of Rocky Hill in Sheffield. The duo have been charged with concealment of a corpse, preventing the lawful burial of a corpse, perverting the course of justice, conspiracy to concealment of a corpse, and conspiracy to prevent the lawful burial of a corpse. Those 5 charges. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that Wedderburn saw Destin begging in Savannah Lamar back in 2023 and told Robinson about her situation. Mr. Robinson and Wedderburn then sought the advice, these are 2 women, then sought the advice of a pastor who is overseas. And following his instructions, they started to care for Destin, take her out of the streets so she don't have to walk Westmoreland and beg. Shortly after, Destin became gravely ill and she was moved to Robinson's house from her own house in Old Hope District, where she died on Sunday, December 10th of 2023 is when she was this. Well, she died Sunday, December 10th of 2023. She was discovered 2025. They wrapped her up, mummified her, and kept her there in the bed for 2 years. Following her death, the caregiver opted to conceal the body inside of a room at the house, and she sprinkled it with chemicals and baking soda to keep the stench down, because she believed, like the pastor said, that God was going to move in a miraculous way and Miss Destiny is going to get up and walk again. This is the person that God has chosen to use to wake up Jamaica, to show Jamaica that God is real and you can be risen from the dead. So they believed and they hung on to her for those 2 years. Following her death, the caregiver opted to conceal the body inside of a room at the house, sprinkling it with chemicals and baking soda to keep the stench down. A relative of Robinson stumbled upon this makeshift grave at the house on Sunday, July 6th, and summoned the police. That was their auntie. The house belonged to her father. Her father was not there. His sister went there, as far as I know, and said to the brother, I don't know if your daughter over here, my daughter or something, but there's a part of the house where she have chapalin off and lock up and something that go on in there, and me want to get in there and can't get in there. The father told his sister to try get in there and see where you sit in there and then tell me. So she waited until her niece was not at home, and she got get a couple of men from outer road and then breached the door and went in to the room, and lo and behold, that is what they found. The father was then summoned and he came and he witnessed it. So he told his daughter, you know, a Jamaican parent, so you can imagine the whole heap of bomber cloth or did a cuss away the senior. May I give you a couple of days to get rid of this rotted out of here, or I'm going to have to call the police. He came back in a couple of days. It was still there, so I'm calling the police. Following the discovery, the seed was processed and the remains were transported to the morgue, pending a postmortem. Robinson was taken into custody, and that very same day, the body was found, and Weatherburn was taken into custody 3 days later. They said that that body was in such good condition that whatever methods they used to keep this woman's body looking so good need to be studied. They were actually charged on Tuesday. After they gave caution statements, they also confessed to their roles that they played in a question and answer session in the presence of 2 justices of the peace. No court date has been set yet for them to appear before court. Last week, a grandniece of Destin, the passed away lady who asked not to be named, dismissed suggestions that her family had neglected her and not taken care of her. They said they couldn't find her. And then every time them asked about which part people said she was, they were told that she gone overseas or she gone to a next parish to be with friends or something like that. However, she was unable to say how her grandaunt ended up with a caregiver in Old Hope. That means y'all weren't caring for her. So now the Jamaica Constabulary Force is trying to get in touch with the pastor. You know, I think that word is being used too loosely. It's just like how people say love. Oh, I love that meal. Oh, I love those shoes. Those are so beautiful. Those are terms that you're actually supposed to use for humans. You know, I love that woman. She is so beautiful. Not, I love those shoes. They are so beautiful. Right? So I think I see him kind of sitting there going over here. So anyhow, pastor, duck out. Them call him pastor. I don't know who ordained him or how he become a pastor, but he is said to be in Colorado in the United States of America, wanted in Jamaica, and he has not made any contact since them put out that they want him to come talk to them. Razzie daughter says it's common. Went to a restaurant in my birthday. The person who confirmed my reservation was a shim. Hair and nails like woman, tight pants with them telia squeeze up, and I had to hold a straight face. Then he said my son went to MIT. A lot of suicides there as everyone measures up. Junior Copeland says my father can't even return to the US if him come back to Jamaica. Remember, there was controversy how he got his green card. And Dorothy T says, true SouFLo, all kind of criminal hiding behind the name. Yeah, man, all kind of criminal hide behind the name of pastor. You know, I don't think him is a pastor. I think him is a con man. You know, I was looking at what motive he might have had to instruct them to do all those things with the woman, take her off of the street, care for her, or whatever. And then when she became burdensome, they moved her from our own house into Fidem house. You could actually stay overseas and acquire property like this. Imagine if me stay overseas. Me try to see things the broader way, you know. Imagine if me stay overseas, right? Find a couple of old people in the community who me know say them not really too have nobody, but them have one little house there upon piece of land. Forget the house, cause me can look down that and build where me want build upon it. And the land me really want, right? And then me have some people in Jamaica where me I go put in them good graces now. Cause I'm over here, so I can send down barrels with stuff and tell them take care of Miss Marcy, man. Yeah, I make sure so she all right, you know. And then me talk to her FaceTime on a regular basis, and she did it. I say, God bless you, you know, SouFLo. Thank you so much. Yes, me get the something them. If I never you know, me no know what me would I do. And God put you in my life, you know. Thank you. Me love you, you see, son. And the whole time there, you're working on that piece of land there. Her husband dead gone already. Some are picking them all dead because she way all up in her age. She know nobody around her really. Couple stray nephew and niece, yeah, so and that so. But we want doctor up the paperwork, you know. Then you tell your people say, yo, make sure say on the work on the land title and make sure you get the paperwork them and everything signed up proper, right? Because she look like she soon drop out. And then you just keep on repeating before you know it, you own up a whole district. Yeah. Yeah. So me think that a brother there overseas where them a look for that claiming to be pastor might have been looking at the bigger picture. He might have been looking at land. You know, I'm not ready to go back to Jamaica yet, but when I do forward, you know, a couple of 100 acres put on won't be such a bad deal after all. Believe no man. Let's buy TV say uno can say oh no want to say me I go back to Jamaica, go up in church and go and live easy as the good book says. Well, that is, I think, in that religion, that is God's deal with you, is that if you spread the word and dedicate yourself to the spreading of the word, then you should be able to have nice things. You will be blessed with nice things. You know, you will work upon the heart of the congregation members so that them bring them little paycheck come give you, and then you can satisfy yourself and buy a nice car and fix up your house and then something there. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. Me just afraid to do it because me feel like say me don't want to get strike down. Because me say we don't get strike down. Granny Granny, stop hollering out my name. Mr. Brown. Yo, me don't remember that. Granny, you're calling me name in vain. Wait there. When that song they go again, Granny, where are you at? It's up. Who sing that song there again? Was it General Trees or Dancehall, Jamaican Dancehall song, Granny? Hold on there. Jamaican Dancehall song, Granny. A General Degree sing it. Granny, stop hollering out my name. Granny, you're calling my name in vain. I'm different. I'll be sharing with a selected few. Let's watch. That boy left from out of the yard from morning and his dog come back. Everything just get and back to nerves. We don't want the copyright infringement. That boy left from out of the yard since morning and him don't come back. Granny. Granny, take out for everything. Granny, stop hollering out the name. Granny, back when music was so creative, right? General Degree, man. Granny, I think what's his name is back in Jamaica too. DJ AG, he's back in Jamaica. And I noticed that all the celebrities are you know, going by and giving their performance. And I think General Degree was there yesterday. As a matter of fact, me see it, me save it. I haven't watched it yet, but me I go watch it. Can't blame you if you get a fool, you use a fool. My only thing with that now is me don't want to get strike down, star. And me feel like say something not gonna happen to me if me did there tell people them about the wonders of the Lord and me know say me not true to the thing, you know. Cause you know it's not hard to set up a church and it's not hard to study the Bible and then go spewing out what you have studied in the Bible and speak convincingly, but God working mysterious ways here, man. Next thing me up there mislead people and one of the sermon them you talk it, your face just twist up so. You can't say nothing. Did y'all see that politician that was speaking on TV? I believe it was 2 days ago, and then all of a sudden him freeze mid sentence, like him did there tell a lie. Yes, Sharika said that George said to. I said, damn, God hit his pause button. God hit him pause button, yo. God said, pause. Nigga, you lying? This nigga is lying. Pause. Hey, on national TV. Yeah, I don't know who told you that because that's a lie. Let me tell you what really happened. See, I was the first one in line there, and then I. Put him on pause, you know. Yo. No, son, my friend. My friend. I be thinking about it. Like, yo, man, I go to Jamaica and set up a church and thing. I think I told you all this before. Set up a church and thing. My church would have nice though. Cause my church would have be like a place where, you know, everybody on the platform could actually come. Hey, I'm coming to Jamaica for this week. You know, make sure you have a nice place to come stay. We're gonna have the tour van where we can carry go places and all this. We're gonna run it like a church organization / compound that is supposed to unify returning residents and familiarize some people with the place they haven't been to back in a long time. You know, we're gonna put some oomph to the thing, and not just church I deal with. But me feel like say boy, if me go to the church you call part I God might pause me button, hit me pause button. I left me like oh bro get left by the TV screen 2 days ago. I don't want it to happen to me. AG was beat the man. Yeah, King Biggs. I didn't watch it. I saved all of them. So me I go watch them today. AG with Beanie Man. General Degree I think was there also. Yeah. Me I go watch it though. Was it good? You know, Beanie Man recently did a free concert in New York. You know, some people was like him not get no paying gigs. So he must have got the big free concert. But I don't think that's what it is because I've been studying the music and reggae concerts. You can actually get a list of reggae festivals around the world. And you can stay working all year long as an artist if you're in demand, right? Or you can make yourself in demand. You can book yourself into these concerts and accept whatever fee them appear. Like Anthony B. Anthony B stays on the go, you know. So me not think it hard for Beanie. Beanie could have been busy. Him just do a free concert cause that's how him do want to do. Yes, Miss Ruby will give you a heavenly box. Yeah, that too. That too. She would have probably said, it's time for you to come home with me and Mass Clevey. You know, all that. Go sit down. Yeah. And the next thing you know, meet me by the river someday. I'm going to box him down. Because I never there go on with nothing good. Bedroom Bullet 27 says that's an annual free concert. Every year they have different artists, even soca artists. Okay, so it's not Beanie Man concert. It's in Winter Park. Is it in Brooklyn? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, I think you could try that church thing in Jamaica. It probably would work. You wouldn't get in trouble in Jamaica. You can get away easy in Jamaica.
No.
What happened to the pastor guy? What happened to that pastor guy? Is he really dead?
Smith. Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
Kevin
is he
Smith.
really dead?
Kevin Smith. I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead. I think Kevin Smith got help. I think he got help to escape. I don't think he's dead.
Think so too.
Yeah, cause that happened too weird. And him alone overpower all these people and crash vehicle, and I don't believe it.
And you could get the people that carry them life insurance, them bank account come deal.
Yes,
all of them something there. You don't do up well, SouFLo.
Lock them in a cellar and feed them dumpling and mackerel, but me I go eat all the mackerel, just give them the dumpling. Yeah. And take out big life insurance policy and thing.
All of the people that get at the pool.
Yeah. No, me alone in the pool.
Yeah. You don't get.
I am alone in the pool. The other people were in the pool was holding the umbrella. Only person can come in this pool is the one that hold my umbrella.
SouFLo, you could have taken away all of them cell phone though. Everybody's cell phone take away.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, you can imagine. Oh God. Notice how Beanie didn't call himself King of the Dancehall, King Biggs. So y'all think Beanie stopped using it? One of the things that Beanie Man stopped calling himself King of the Dancehall now? No, not feed them no chicken. Here what? Kevin Smith was feeding them mackerel and dumpling in the cellar. And they said they had to, this is the belly of the ship, and this is where they have to wait. And one of the man them down there said, he realized, him glance and see my boy a plate and KFC him send out go buy. And then pass it through one like a space game. And him in a film like a office under a cellar there and name KFC and everything around there. I have the whole of them. I eat dumpling and tin mackerel. Flour dumpling and tin mackerel, and most of the time them never get no mackerel, just like the juice off it and some dumpling. Yeah. Mackerel gravy, no mackerel. Right, that's diva. The mackerel gravy them say them would have get. Wicked, the man would give, and him get all of the mackerel, you know, and them get the gravy. If you, yeah, you know what? If you believe in all that stuff, man, you deserve all that. Konshens calls out Rvssian over money dispute. Konshens says, I was always a brother to you. Boy, everybody have them time, you know. No disrespect to Konshens, but remember when Konshens, I won't say you fell off, but you know, that's how the entertainment business go, I guess. You know, top man forever. The day will come when you are not that guy on top of the charts with a couple of hits that's trending anymore. But Konshens was that for a while. So dancehall star Konshens publicly called out producer Rvssian on Monday, accusing him of mishandling a financial dispute and spreading misleading information about him to other people about their falling out. In an Instagram post that was accompanied by a photo of himself, what appears to be an airport lounge chilling, Konshens alleged that Rvssian, whose real name is Tariq Johnston, owed him some money and had failed to resolve the matter in good faith. Rvssian just no said the people, he put a message out and I saw it. The message went like this. He said, Rvssian, just no said the people them where you are tell our business don't like neither me nor you, see? And member said, you go fuck up. And never me. I was always nothing but a brother to you, no matter what nobody say, with nothing behind it. And you know that too. You follow me like a girl. He says you unfollow me like a girl. True, you don't like the idea of having to pay a small fraction of what you owe, which I demanded because Miss Sisse, you're not real. To me, you're not real to me. So I'm not play no more one-way real you to roll. The broke off your back DJ revealed. So we haven't heard from Konshens with a hit song from Bubble. Bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble gala. Hey, DJ. Gal pan her head top a spin like gig. May have to ask if some of them write it. That one there. Or his much bigger song that's called Broke Off Your Back. Where this make you feel like do. Where this make you feel like do. Come broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your, broke off your, broke off your back. Well, the DJ revealed that although he threatened legal action over the alleged debt that Rvssian owed him, the dispute was settled privately without going to court. He criticized Rvssian for allegedly telling other people that he had filed a lawsuit against him, which he denied doing. Unfollowing is cool, but stop tell people about a me take you to court because I did not. I threatened you and we settled, he said. If I took you to court, it wouldn't make sense with all that people that would be dragged in for chump change. And I really did I really try to prove to you as a friend, and you still miss the point. Because you only can see money. Konshens then said, stop tell people, say me get up one day and sue you for no reason. Like say me a madman. Me learn the hard way. Say money only make people tolerate you. If them not like you, then them just don't like you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Stop treat real people fuck up though. Then try buy friend. When you see real people in your corner, you have to appreciate that. Rvssian has not responded publicly to these accusations. Konshens and Rvssian have worked together on several hits over the years. Among their most notable collaborations are Pull Up to My Bumper with J. Capri, may she rest in peace, Hard Drive with Shensia, Pay For It with Spice, Big Belly with Rick Ross, Best Nana with Shensia and King Kosa. Rvssian is known for his Head Concussion Records and Rich Immigrant labels. Also tapped Konshens for the Latin crossover hit Privado, which also featured Nicky Jam, Farruko, and Archangel. That track was released in 2018. That track has racked up over 300 million views on YouTube and is currently certified 6 times platinum in the US. Holy pa money maker for that song there, no? Wow. Wow, so I guess money has fractured the relationship between Rvssian and Konshens. Isn't that how it always is? Money. Him still a bubble. Him back pop off. That's a song I'll never forget. In a church, in a church, they hum it. Did not even know I had it. Mad wind up thing though. Bubble, bubble, gala, bubble, bubble, gala, bubble, bubble, gala, bubble. Y'all the pan hit the pass spin like gig. We have to ask if some of them write it. Yo, when me say I was stoked when I saw that video. Not gonna lie, that's a huge video. But you see how they were able to tap into the Hispanic market though? 6 times platinum. Golly. 300 million views. And then the relationship, they achieved great things together, and now the relationship is fractured because of some money something. Why money always break we up? Eh? Why is it money that comes between us? That's crazy. But, you know, hopefully the brother them can resolve that still and get back to getting to some work and getting to some money. There's another story here that I wanted to go through because there's a lesson in it. A dad of a man in prison and a don get a life sentence. I think they fling out this one right here because if you're in Jamaica right now and anything to do with crime, criminal activities, illegal gun, all of that, I would have tell us to leave it alone because it is a politics time now. Election is drawing near and nobody is not getting no light sentence right now. Them are gonna fling you away just to make example out of you. All right? Okay. So, two men. One is a reputed don from rural St. Andrew, and the other is the father of an incarcerated man who were convicted for possession of dealing in, trafficking prohibited weapons and ammunition, and they were on Monday slapped with multiple life sentences by Supreme Court Judge Vaughn Smith for their crimes. The two of them, Romario Cunningham and Courtney Roden, they were among a group of 4 men who were rounded up by cops on November of 2023 during an intelligence-led operation following a tip that indicated that weapons were going to be transported from Linstead to St. Catherine to a location in St. Andrew on the same day in question. The police get the drop on them, started following them. Sleuths assigned to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force tracked the Toyota Probox in which Roden, who is in his 60s, was a passenger, all the way to the compound of a hardware store in Mona, St. Andrew, where he handed over a bag which was found to contain one semi-automatic rifle with no serial number on it and a magazine with 21 cartridges to Cunningham, another man who were in the Toyota Noah. After the exchange, a covert team, which had watched and recorded the transactions on camera, this is police work, gave a signal which resulted in the police team in their unmarked vehicles swooping down on the two and arresting the men and seizing the firearm and the ammunition they had. Following a trial in May in which the case against the two of the men collapsed because of lack of evidence, Cunningham, the reputed don, was sentenced to 15 years at hard labor for possession of a prohibited weapon, life imprisonment with eligibility for parole after 15 years for unauthorized possession of ammunition, and life imprisonment with eligibility for parole after 20 years for dealing in prohibited weapons. Those sentences were ordered to run concurrently, making it so that he will spend the time of the longest one in prison, life without the possibility of parole, until after 20 years has been served. I don't think Jamaica understand what life without the possibility of parole means. Because you give man life without the possibility of parole for 20 years or until 20 years pass. Life without the possibility of parole in the United States of America, if you go to court and you hear that sentence handed down to you, do all of the above. Shit up yourself, faint, cry, everything, because you're not coming out. It means life without the possibility of parole. You're done. Roden. Roden is the father of an incarcerated man that means him Sunday a prison too, who is the owner of the gun, which was taken to Cunningham. He was sentenced to 15 years at hard labor with eligibility for parole after 10 years for the possession of this prohibited weapon. He was also sentenced to life imprisonment with the eligibility for parole after 15 years for unauthorized possession of ammunition and he was slapped with a second life sentence with eligibility for parole after 20 years for the charge of trafficking prohibited weapons, and a third life sentence with eligibility for parole after 20 years for dealing in prohibited weapons charge. The sentences will, however, run concurrent, because it sounds like a lot, meaning that Roden, who is in his 60s at the moment, will serve the longest of the four before he is eligible for parole. So you're 60, them give you 3 life sentences plus some years, but run everything concurrent, so you have to serve the longest before you're eligible for parole. Therefore, you do have a date out, but when you're 60 and you have to go do 20 before parole, I don't think about in there for all that time. He'll be out because he will get old and start can't take care of himself and probably develop health issues and all that. He'll be at least 80 years old before he comes out of prison. Please don't. The right things that you do, not get caught up in the situation to hear those words. You have to handle business as business and friendship aside, says Rvssian daughter. Listen up. Me I got to prison at 60 years old and them tell me about 20 years in. They done that so. What me I do in a prison at 60 for 20 years? The matter was heard in the gun court division of the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston over a 5-day period. A source with knowledge of the case said that Cunningham has set eyes on taking over full leadership of the St. Andrew community where he lived. Him did want be done to rule the community, but he ruled the fact that no one would take orders from him. So, cause nobody never gonna take no orders from him, he will put some gunplay to the thing and make people take order from him. So he called for the firearms, cause he got blood up the place, which belonged to an incarcerated man because he intended to exact a vicious takeover. The incarcerated man asked Roden, which is his father, to take the firearm to Papine, and that is why the firearm was being exchanged. Cunningham was already a Don, but he wanted more power and more firepower to exact this takeover. At 60, all 4 men involved in that exchange were arrested that day and charged. However, during the trial, Justice Smith, after considering the evidence, said even though sleuths had captured the takedown on camera, it wasn't sufficient still to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the other 2 men were really involved. The 2 other men who had been on bail were eventually acquitted. However, Cunningham and Roden were never given bail, and they were each found guilty and subsequently sentenced. Justice Smith went further to commend investigators, Detective Sergeant Clayton Fearon of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, for an investigation well done, outlining that the detective was thorough in pulling the evidence on the convicted men together. The police them said them get this one off of intelligence. All me know say 4 we get catch and 2 get off. And them did that when we did do the exchange to, and everything was caught on tape. So how them get off and me gone to prison with life sentence? Where did the police get this information from? I'm willing to bet that the people who are in prison are saying that 2 guys that got off were the ones who actually spilled this to the police. People do the right thing. Well, so be it, right? Rvssian and Konshens. Jamaica observer died in prison but get life sentence. Okay. Gone through that. Our last one for the morning is this. Hear this out. Did you know that broken heart is something that can kill you. There's an article here that I want to go through with you, and we can leave on this point this morning. So, it says that broken hearts are silently killing many Jamaicans. Consulting cardiologist Dr. Tahira Redwood is raising red flags about a little known but potentially life-threatening condition known as broken heart syndrome, warning that the emotional trauma and stress are silently attacking the nation's heart health, especially among Jamaicans. Redwood says that grief, financial strain, and other intense emotional shocks are doing more damage to Jamaicans' hearts than many people realize. According to Dr. Redwood, in a country that suffers loss every single day through murder, sickness, and accidents, such emotional shocks are far from rare. The condition mimics a heart attack, actually, with symptoms like chest pains, breathlessness, and fatigue. But unlike a typical heart attack, it's not caused by blocked arteries. Instead, the heart muscles are temporarily weakened by a surge of stress hormones. Large amounts of stress, especially over a short period of time, can affect not just the heart, but the brain and your immune system also, said Dr. Redwood. A lot of people don't even know that this exists. She says that emotional trauma and chronic stress may contribute far more to cardiovascular issues than the public actually realizes. I've seen cases where extreme grief affects Jamaicans' heart health, she said, but if you don't have access to a echocardiogram or a angiogram, you won't be able to pick this up. These diagnostic tools, an ultrasound of the heart and an imaging scan of blood vessels, respectively, are often only available at major hospitals or in private care. As a result, many cases in Jamaica go undetected. Dr. Redwood said that the emotional strain of everyday life, bereavement, financial pressure, psychological toll of crime and violence, and instability can all affect the heart, and warns that the country's cardiovascular crisis is no longer just about poor diet and blocked arteries. Professor Williams Akin, head of the Department of Surgery, Radiology, Anesthesia, Intensive Care and Emergency Medicine at the University of the West Indies, Mona, said that while conditions like broken heart syndrome may be lesser known, the broader problem is that Jamaicans are dying from heart-related causes at an alarming rate, and the country is just not prepared. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death, not just in Jamaica, but across the entire Caribbean. Damn. You would have think that murder was the #1 cause of death. So even though them are give with the murder rate, there's a whole nother set of people that are dying. I've said this before though, that this is just murder, 1,000, how much people dead this year from murder. You have more that died from cardiovascular disease, broken heart syndrome, and all these other things. Mr. Bram says, oh yes, my uncle-in-law is going through it right now. Since my auntie died a year ago, they were marked at 48 years, and he is in and out of the hospital. The doctor said that he is suffering from a broken heart. Yes, it's called broken heart syndrome. So your good relationship, or your relationship that you invested so much in and so much time, it break up, that can cause you that you're under financial stress and strain. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, SouFLo, it's me again.
Yeah, family, what go on?
We see that with the elderly and like in the nursing facilities, like if one of the if they're married or they're a couple and they've been together for a long time and one pass away,
yeah, like
the other one go right after.
Like them two people here behind me.
Yes.
Yeah, like
yes,
Miss Ruby
like
and
your
Mass Cleaning.
grandparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You can imagine that doing up. You be with somebody like 50 odd, 60 odd years of waking up to the same face and then them gone. You know, and like and you up in an old age too, and like say you can say, oh, I'll just jump back out on the dating scene and try find somebody else or whatever. That's your
Right.
whole
You
life
know,
partner gone.
that you're next.
You know you're next, and you if you are in love like that and so that was your life partner and you spent all them years, the grief alone, you don't want nobody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Damn.
Nobody can replace that person.
Nobody can replace that person. You just want to go be with that person.
On a lighter note, before you go SouFLo for the weekend, may have another pen and paper for you.
Yes, may I write them down?
Your favorite artist, Lisa Hype, just dropped something 2 hours ago. It's a video called My Story. She has sing about she and Cartel.
Rotted. All right.
It's called My Story. She just dropped it 2 hours ago.
All right. Dep on it.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right. Manners and respect here. All right. So that again was Marie's message 411 TV. If you see her in the chat, go ahead and hit that name. Go over to her channel, subscribe to her channel, and engage her content. Marie's got some good stuff over there. This weekend, we're going to resurrect again the pen and paper and get into these songs. So join the team by Vibes Cartel, NG, Dadin, Dancehall, Jealousy by NG Da Don, and Sean Storm. They're looking to what Sean Storm just dropped. Me don't know about that. And of course, Lisa Hype with My Story. Look out for those this weekend, all right, in video format. So I'm going to depend the video and these things. Chris H says, I told him about Lisa. Yep, me telling about Lisa. Lisa Hype is my favorite dancehall artist from the women's side. So, yeah, but I'm telling you that about Lisa a long time. Super talented. She gonna go through her thing, but she gonna be all right. Here's where we're gonna leave this morning. I saved the broken heart story for last, right? Because the broken heart story is not just about a relationship that you're in that break up and you're dying from a broken heart. According to cardiologists, the broken heart syndrome is from emotional shock to your heart muscles that weakens them when your heart muscles are flooded with stress hormones. What that telling us? What that telling us? It tells us if you stay away from stress, avoid it like the plague. So you see, whoever stress you out this weekend, here's what I want you to do. I want you to break away from them, all right? I want you to go find something to do. For those of you who are in the Caribbean watching this, or you're there somewhere where you can be close to water, then go be by the water. Water has healing effects even when you're just around it, right? For some of us live in places where there are beautiful beaches. Go spend a day at the beach this weekend. Get out there, get you some melanin. Get your melanin turned up with some vitamin D in your skin, some natural vitamin D. Take care of yourself. Breathe deep. That part. I'll close like this. I never knew this was true, but it is true. Every time you get angry or upset or you're consumed in thought, negative thoughts, your whole breathing pattern changes. When your breathing pattern changes, if this is your thought process, you start to breathe more shallow breaths. We are humans that depend on a good breath of air, right? So you pull in and exhale out. But when you're angry or when you're depressed or when you are preoccupied with negativity in your thoughts, your breathing changes from a conscious breathing to actually shallow breathing. You're not pulling in enough air and you're not expelling enough spent air. Spent air built up in the body is what? All right. You have carbon, what? So you need to remember to continue to breathe deep and not starve your cells of oxygen. When you're happy and when you're clear in thought, you normally take deeper breaths. So your cells are more oxygenated. Literally, I go down in a science. When your cells are starved of oxygen, your body starts to develop diseases. We're going to leave it right there so this morning. Stay far from stress. All right? Have a wonderful weekend. Surround yourself with people that you love and people that love you. If you don't have that, that's cool. Because some people that too far from them loved ones, go be by yourself. It's okay to be by yourself. Sometimes it's good to be by yourself. So you minimize the stress of dealing with others also. All right. But remember, practice self-love. Because if you don't have self-love, you can't love nobody else. You have to understand what love is for self first. Then you'll be where you can actually impart love onto others. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. My grandmother, Miss Ruby, above me, said to be good. If you can't be good, be careful, is what she used to say. But it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Clevey, always said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare me life. All right? Walk good. One love. Go with God. I'm out. Peace.